Hey, what's up? It's Jacqueline. Welcome to episode 1 of the super secret, highly confidential. This is insider information. You are not supposed to know this series, okay? We need to have a talk, okay? So first of all, you are one of 2 people if you're listening right now, okay? And we need to separate the 2 categories of listener at the top of the show. So number 1, we're going to get these people out of the way because I know you're here. Okay. Number 1, you're a lurker. Okay. You're here out of curiosity. Okay. You're monitoring my life virtually online. And I got your attention with the title of this episode. Like, what is this secret project? What is this series? What's going on? I relate a lot to you, okay? I lurk and I monitor other people's lives virtually online who I've never met. It's okay. We're all human. We have access to people, anyone in the world in a very easily. Okay, you get the idea. I understand you. I understand why you're here. Welcome to the show. This might be your first episode. This is a crazy one to start out on. I'll just say that. Okay, but so that's number 1. If you're either that person listening right now, great choice, by the way, by choosing my show. While you're here, go ahead and subscribe, like, follow, all of the things. Out of all the podcasts you could have listened to right now, and there's a million. How many podcasts are there? I always, or every year it goes up. Then people drop off. Anyways, out of all the podcasts you could be listening to, I'm stumbling on my words. I'm not caffeinated enough for this episode, honestly, and okay, never mind. Out of all the episodes, you chose mine. And for that, I am grateful. Sorry to call you a lurker, a creep, a stalker, whatever. I'm actually here to recruit you. I hope this episode recruits you officially. So please subscribe and enjoy the show. I'm going to take you on a crazy ride today. This is not my usual content. Okay, so that's okay. Those people, this is getting too long-winded for the intro. Or, hi, you're an OG listener. You listen to every single episode. And I love you. And you know everything about me at this point. We are virtually, like we're best friends virtually. I mean, I've met a lot of you, but not all of you. And hi, welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here. So for the people that are my OG listeners, I do have this message to you from someone who has, I'm sure, not only stolen my heart recently in the month of April, but I know he's stolen your heart. Okay. And I just want to give you a little serenade from our great Lord and Savior, Justin Bieber. Okay. This is him on Ellen, I believe, when he was 15.
One and only, adore you, girl, I want you, the one I can't live without, that you're my precious little lady.
Okay, I think I can only play that much. You guys, the vocals right there, insane. I kind of want to keep playing it.
The one that makes me crazy, of all the girls I've ever known.
It's you. I'll finish it. You guys, that's how I feel about you as a listener, as an OG. Okay, welcome back to the show. So I know it's a mixed bag of an audience here. In my room that I'm recording in right now, I'm an audience of 0. The dogs are at work with Corey. I'm podcasting alone. I feel like I'm jumping off a cliff today, to be honest. Like, we have a lot to get through. But yeah, anyways, welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Overcast. Those don't exist anymore. I'm on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. There's like 15 other ones that I'm on that no one listens to. You can go subscribe there. But what's most important is that you subscribe to Spotify and Apple and my YouTube channel, The Jacqueline Monroe Show on YouTube. This is a video and audio podcast. So if you're not, or if you're on Spotify, you can watch me on Spotify video. Or if you're on YouTube, you can watch me on YouTube video. It's always video over on YouTube. Okay. And then finally, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Jacqueline Monroe. And fuck. If you want to support the show, patreon.com/TJMS. Patreon.com/TJMS. It's $5 a month. Go check it out. It's my subscription service. Patreon. You know what? I should have put this episode behind a paywall, to be honest. But I said, it. So yeah, I do have a paywall subscription service, Patreon. It's my tip jar. You don't get anything. You just tip me for it. You know, I'm giving you this for free. And then it's a way for you to be like, you know, I really enjoy your content and I want to support you. Support your local podcast host, your local indie niche. Really, we're working on it. Okay. Podcast host. Yeah. Patreon.com/TJMS. Let's get into it. I'm going to set the scene. I'm going to take you into my morning and update you on my life. Okay, we're going to start with life updates. Then we're going to get into things I've missed. Recent crazy ass news, which is, it's the standard. I mean, it's been the standard since I started podcasting. I started podcasting it was in 2020 is when I started. So everything was crazy then and it just hasn't stopped. And we're all going to die in a couple of years anyways. What is it? 2026? What is it? Yeah, so in 2029, we're all going to die anyway. So it's, I mean, if you live on the West Coast, we're going to be taken out. So who fucking cares what's happening in the world? Honestly, like, don't sweat it. Apophis is coming. And Apophis is coming. It's the size, I believe, of the Rose Bowl Stadium. Apophis is going to make, am I saying that correctly? Apophis. I like how Neil deGrasse Tyson says Apophis. Apophis is going to take out the West Coast. If you don't know what Apophis is, it's an asteroid the size of the Rose Bowl Stadium approaching Earth. It's going to get really close in 2029 on April 13th. So, yeah. And I'm calling it now. It's going to make an impact. It's physically going to. It's going to leave a 3-mile, I believe, hole in the ocean that's going to cause a 3-mile high wave that's going to cause a tsunami that's going to completely erase the West Coast of the United States of America and I think parts of Asia. So, you know, I'm going to read these crazy ass stories, things I've missed in the news since I don't know when I last recorded, and we're going to laugh at it and we're not going to take it serious and then we're going to move on with our lives. But like what I think is more interesting are my life updates. So let's get into it. Okay, let's get into the life updates. Okay, so you guys, let me set the scene. Okay, so like outfit, makeup, nails, like what am I working with today? So we are in it's the NBA finals or NBA playoffs. I'm repping a Bulls t-shirt. I got a Buffalo Exchange Bulls. Actually, I think I got this one at the Goodwill. This is a Goodwill Bulls t-shirt. Okay, I don't usually wear graphic tees. Okay, we need to talk about my style currently. Okay, well so like, I see a lot of hot chicks and I'm like, they just look so cool, right? And I'm like, why do they look cool? And it's because they're wearing graphic tees, chunky jewelry. Like, they always have like a shit ton of necklaces on and like, it's all about the accessories, right? And the prints and the colors. Like, I don't wear a lot of color or prints or accessories, all the things that make these chicks look, I don't know, just like well styled and put together and like complete. Where every time I step out of the house, it's, guys, I'm just such a Lululemon or Viore, all black, like black leggings, black tank top, black zip up, tennis shoes. Like my life, by the way, and we're going to talk about Theo Von. Random, I know. We're going to like talk about something deeper. Well, I'll put that in like in the news section. My life is very boring. Okay, no, that's wrong. It's not. I have no drama. My life is very mundane and boring and predictable and stable in the best way, right? Like I am healed. I am in a healthy, my life is so healthy And that honestly like doesn't make for good content. So a lot of what I do here, hi, if you're one of the lurkers creeping on this episode because of the title and because of what I've maybe alluded to in your brain that you're trying to like close the loop on for yourself by listening to this episode. I, much like the great Alex Cooper, I get a little obnoxious on because she'll also be a topic of conversation on this episode with Alix Earle. Of course, I have to talk about that. I exaggerate and I put on I'm pouring it on thick, okay, for entertainment purposes. Behind the scenes, it's a lot of like I'm wearing the full Lululemon outfit. I'm getting groceries. I'm going to TJ Maxx. I'm going to Home Goods. I'm going to an antique store on the weekends. I'm going, maybe I'll hit some balls and go golf. I'm at the gym. I'm walking my dogs. I'm going to the beach. I'm reading a book. I'm vacuuming my house. I'm cleaning up dog shit. The other so life update, our backyard's basically done. Okay. We have new turf. And now my new thing is dog shit is not allowed to stay on the turf for more than 2 minutes. So like the second the dogs go out and I see them take a shit, I'm following them with a pooper scooper. I guess that makes for good content. Like fecal matter is like, it's disgusting. And you guys I know you're all overstimulated. You're addicted to your phones. And like, what gets you off? You know what I mean? Like, does dog shit and me picking it up, like racing behind my dogs? Because you guys, I don't want to deal with that smell. And I was anti-turf. You guys know the story. I was anti-turf for the longest time. I thought I was going to win the grass versus turf war. And I ultimately fell in love with turf. We have turf now. And so, yeah, my life is just like that. It's very homemaker, podcast host, go do a workout class, get a coffee. Like I'm a basic ass suburban. I live in the suburbs, but like it's like not middle of nowhere suburbs. It's like a good location type suburbs where I don't want to shoot myself as a housewife. Okay. Cause that was really important to me when we moved into this house. I was very adamant on like, I cannot be in a quiet, I live in a quiet neighborhood, but like, I can't feel like I'm in the middle of nothing and I have to commute to get groceries. Like I don't want to like on a freeway for an hour and a half. Like that was really important to me. So anyways, trying to paint a picture. How did we get here? I was telling you about my t-shirt. Oh, my style. But when you're healed and life is good and it's you're in your 30s, it's all copacetic. There's no drama. Like it doesn't make for good content. So yeah, if you're new here, I poured on thick and okay. But yeah, I'm wearing a Bulls t-shirt. Okay. I'm wearing a Bulls t-shirt. Tits up for the Bulls. I don't know how they're doing in this series. I don't know. I don't follow. This year I haven't watched. So I watch the finals every year and I watch the playoffs, the finals, and I care. But right now I haven't really watched any games. We turned on the Knicks game last night because I was trying to see Kylie and Timmy and I like didn't see them. But I guess he was like touching her ass a lot, which he always does. And there's a lot of content of Kylie like taking his hand and like shoving it away from her butt because like trying to get him to not touch it so much. Of course, anyways, obviously he's going to touch your ass and it looks like that. I mean, Kylie's body is so, it defies, well, we all know, God bless Kylie. God bless that. She just looked so good last night in her new Kai studded LA. They're like studs made in LA, Kai jeans, like LA acid wash, Kai jeans she's like coming out with. I'm convinced, by the way, when she does these try-ons on her, we're going to finish setting the scene. I have to tell you about my Diet Coke I'm drinking and my lip gloss and all of that. But like when she does these try-ons of her Kai shit, I was really analyzing it the other day because these new denim shorts and jeans she was showing on her story were tailored. I know, like, I feel like everything she wears She gets tailored to her body so it fits perfectly. But like these especially, I was like, there's no way those are just off the rack. The way they were perfectly like on her hips with no gapping, no nothing. I was like, that has to be custom made for her body, because when you are shaped like that, I'm partially shaped like Kylie Jenner. I'm like missing the hip to waist ratio like that she has. But when you have when you waddle like a duck because your ass is so, I'm not quite there yet. I'm working on it. But when you have a fat ass, okay, and you put on a pair of jeans where it fits your fat ass, it's not fitting your waist. It very rarely fits your waist. And so you have to get that tailored. Anyways, what I'm saying is that of course she probably has them tailored, and I was just noticing how well they fit. She wore them last night to the Knicks game with Timmy. She looked great. Yeah, and we're kind of watching basketball. We're going to start probably because I don't know what round they're in. Second round. I don't know who I'm rooting for. Who do I like? Should I just root for the Bulls because I'm wearing this shirt? Like, do I really care about NBA teams? I think the Sonics are going to go back to Seattle, and that's who I rooted for when I was growing up because I'm from Washington, and that was such a bitchin', like the branding or whatever, the vibes of the Seattle Supersonics, the retroness of it, like the way it. This is not okay, guys. I know what you tuned in for. Like, you're tuning in for like the hot. You're tuning in for me jumping off a cliff. And by the way, I'll put this in the front of the episode because I keep I'm gonna milk this for as long as possible before I jump off the cliff. So, by the way, you're not supposed to. What I'm gonna do here today, and what I'm doing on this secret project, highly confidential. What am I gonna call it? Secret series, episode 1. What I'm going to do on this series is a big no-no. Okay. Like, it's a big fucking no-no. In the industry, across cultures, across the world. I mean, not cultures. Like, you're not supposed to do what I'm doing today. Which means that, you're getting insider information, and I hope that makes you feel important. Okay. Because I'm desperate and I need loyal fans. And literally, like, I am decentering this information. Guys, remember when everything was about decentering men? I fucking fell into that trap. Remember when I got married and like my episode after I got married was like, I've been centering men my entire, like, I just got married and I realized that I've been brainwashed by the patriarchy and I've centered men my whole life, and I didn't prioritize female friendships and like other things other than dating men and being with men and attracting men my whole 20s. And I'm realizing that, and I just got married. Remember that like shit show episode I did? Yeah, the fucking internet brainwashes you, first of all. Like, the algorithms and the rabbit holes you get down, it's like it's ruining marriages. Like, stop and like relationships, these videos. Anyways, so you're getting insider information. You're very special. You're learning things that you're not supposed to know. And you're jumping off the cliff with me. Okay. It's like when my parents would ask me like, oh, if Susie Q jumped off a cliff, would you follow them? And I'd be like, no. Well, I'm not giving you a choice today. As long as you don't tune out, like, click off this episode, you're going to jump off with me. So yeah. Okay. Rhode lip gloss in the shade Jelly Bean. That's the lip gloss today. We went back to the 5-in-1 Wet n Wild 5-in-1 Essence Primer Finish Powder. I've been skipping this powder the last few episodes. It's a compact powder. It's $5. It's unbelievable for the price. It's Wet n Wild. Just sometimes it hits. Like, when Wet n Wild hits, it hits. And this is for my upper lip. We're kind of warming up still. I'm a little rusty. I did take a spin class this morning at 6 a.m. It's 10:17 a.m. And we're just kind of warming up. And we're nervous. Okay. So speaking of spin class, okay, life update. I took a spin class this morning. It was my 100th class. 6 a.m. I walk in. I literally am yawning. I'm like, as I approach the door, they're like, congratulations. It's your 100th ride. And I had no idea. I have the app, and I guess like if I check it right now, it'll say I have 100 rides. And it's so crazy because I used to make fun of spin class, and here I am obsessed with it now, and I've taken 100 rides. But so they're like, rah, rah, here's your like cute little, they give you a card on your bike that says congrats on 100 rides. And I was feeling like, okay, I was like, I have to podcast after this. I don't want to completely use up all my energy and like kill myself in this class. So I kind of wanted to like coast through this morning a little bit. And I just felt pressure like to go hard because it was my 100th class, and it's like announced to the world. Everyone knows it's Jacqueline's 100th class today, and I'm like front and center. So I did that this morning. Yeah, other life updates. Let's just get into this. I need to keep it moving. Do I have anything else about spin class? No. That was that's what I did this morning. You guys, I still do like the glute workouts like 2 to 3 days a week heavy, and then I do spin class. And what else do I do? Oh, I'm really working my core. That's another thing. Like I want abs. Like I want a 6-pack. Like I've never really wanted, like I've always kind of thought, and I don't know if this is CrossFit brain or like, not CrossFit brain. I don't know like who preached this, but like working out your abs makes your waist thicker because you're going to build the muscle, like your ab muscle, and it's going to make, instead of making your waist look smaller, it'll look thicker. So just rely on the compound lifts, like the deadlifts, the squats, and all of that to take care of your ab strength and core control and all that, because you're using your core in those movements anyways. And so you don't need to do all these extra crunches and planks and toe taps or whatever. All these like, now I do dead bugs. I do, what's my favorite? Bird dogs. Do you like deep core stuff? But yeah, I've never wanted abs so much. So I have my entire life. That propaganda, what am I saying? Got me or whatever. And I never trained core. Now I'm like, it's hot girl summer around the corner. I want abs. I want to have a 6-pack. And so I've been really doing abs. I'm just like, I don't want to look crazy, like scary with the abs, but I want to have definition. Like I never have like I have lines on the side. Okay. Boring. I want to have like lines down the middle and across my abs. I want it to be obvious that I have a 6-pack. Okay. So yeah, that's the fitness update. Okay. So I told you about the backyard. It's basically done. We're like doing a fire pit, turf, plants. We got these really amazing rocks. We like put a bunch of rocks in. We're doing lighting. We've got like 50 other things we want to do. A gazebo, a projector, a golf simulator, a golf course, it's crazy how like you finish a project around the house and you're like, it's not like nothing is ever done. You just keep thinking of ideas. And like the other day we're like, fuck our patio table. We want a couch now. Like we don't want this table. We're like over the couch or over the table situation, the deck table. So we're like, now we're just looking at, you guys, I have a list on my fridge right now of home improvement projects. We just cross things off as we go. It's daunting. It's the magic of home ownership is, I think the fact that it never ends, like there's magic in that. Especially as a creative person and as just a girly pop, like it's so fun to, think of fun things to like fun little things to make beautiful around the house and like things you can improve or like I need a kitchen hutch. I need a new kitchen hutch. I need new couches in one of our rooms. These are needs. Like it's actually getting to the point where, have I ever talked to you guys about our white couches? Yeah, I said I was going to get rid of those last year. We didn't get rid of them. Part of my life being boring and like that whole segment was talking a lot about like cleaning up dog piss, dog shit, specifically on the rugs because we have a bulldog that he's not in a phase right now. He's not, but he did it like it was a one-off situation the other day where I had to clean the rug because he missed the hard floor and he got a little on the rug. He peed on the floor and the rug, okay? Okay, I feel like this is so long-winded. This entire episode. Jacqueline, keep it moving. I'm talking about our backyard. That was the life update. And now I'm on dog piss on the carpet. But anyways, we got these white couches because I've always wanted like a fucking cloud couch. And so we get the couch. It's white and fluffy and whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, you just clean the cushions. Like you just take the covers off and then you like wipe it down and you vacuum it every day. Then get the dog hair off. Like how bad could it be? It's
Cacio de pepe.
Oh, wrong. Fucking. That's how I feel. Like I want to like die. I need to take a breath. Like when I look at the couch, like I'm looking at it right now. Actually, it's in my vantage point or it's in my view or whatever. Oh, like I have to woo-saw, like what's like the meditation noise you make? I have to like breathe. Especially before I go and take those cushion covers off. Because it's a speaking of CrossFit, it's a CrossFit workout to clean my couches. They're white. We have 2 dogs. Their little paws. I'm not, you guys, I'm sorry. There's this quote. I was like listening to this old man talk about having a dog and how like before you have a dog, you know, your house is clean, your life is predictable and everything is, you know, you've created your life exactly for you and it's exactly how you want it. You have a dog, it's like things go sideways all the time and now you're like vacuuming your rugs 50 times a day and there's stains and you have to take them on walks and all this stuff. So it's like, but then it's like your life is more colorful and beautiful and full of more and full of so much love. And so like it's a risk reward thing. Sorry. The benefits outweigh the costs or whatever the fuck. Okay. The joy squashes the dread or the hell. It's not even hell having dogs. It's just the dirtiness of the dogs. The joy outshines the negative. Okay. So anyways, I'm not cleaning their paws every single time they come in the door. Like I'm not that OCD. We have a little robot that cleans the floors and kind of keeps up with the little dirt crumbs that happen along like throughout the day. If we go to the park, if they're at the beach, yeah, I clean them really good. But anyways, so I need leather couches. We need leather couches. That's another thing I'm looking for. So life update, we did our backyard. Okay. I'm wearing eye patches every day now. My sister-in-law got me eye patches. And I've always seen people wear I've been seeing eye patches probably consistently in the influencer world as like a daily practice. Eye patches are it's a daily practice if you're an influencer. You don't even have to be a beauty guru. You could be anyone. And like, it's just like if you're on camera and it's the morning and you're making a video, like the girls are wearing eye patches. Okay. So like I've seen them, but I haven't participated in it. But this month I've been wearing eye patches and it's a vibe. Like mine have algae in them. And then when they get, super dry when they're done, like when you are by the way, you're supposed to take them off after like 10 to 20 minutes. You're not supposed to leave those on when you're at the gym. And like, we already know that I can't stand that. Like they're just, I'm sure there's so many things I do that would be considered performative. Like what could you call me out for what about me is performative, honestly? Because I'm about to say like, oh, the eye patches at the gym are so, it's such a performative thing to do. It's like, they're not at that point. Yeah. It's like, what what is the eye patch of the gym? It's kind of like, okay, wait. I want to analyze this. I was going to say it's the black, when a football player puts the black marks under their eye. No, but that has utility. Like there's a purpose for that. Now, when they fully smear that black, what is it that they put, like the black ink? No, what do they put on there? It's black paste. It's like a paint. It's yeah, paint. When they do the black, first of all, blackface. Like some of these guys playing football, these white guys are doing full on blackface with their under eye paint. That's only supposed to be 2 swipes. They're doing the full face. And that's so I was saying that's performative, right? Like here's you really only need it here and here. But they go crazy with it because they're trying to be like scary or whatever. I'm trying to make a blackface reference and it's like we're talking about eye patches and but I'm trying to think like what are the eye patches at the gym? Because like what did I used to do in high school where it was like, you know, it was performative. Okay, the eye patches. Okay, it was like the way we would roll our sleeves up on our t-shirts. Do you know what I mean? You know, in high school, it was like you would roll them into your sports bra, like really get them in there and tuck them under. That didn't really have a function. I guess when we played basketball, we didn't like the t-shirt sleeve. So we would make muscle tees out of them. And then you take that extra fabric at the top by the bra strap and you tuck it under your bra strap. That was kind of performative. I don't know what I'm saying. What are other what's like a good example of something? Like what do guys do? Backwards hat. I don't know. Okay, we need to move on. I went to a local boat show. It was cool. I saw some seals. My mom came and visited for a week. I wrote here that we went to the Cheesecake Factory. We went to the mall. So I've been going to the mall more instead of thrift stores. Cause like I realized the other day, I was like, wait, there's more to life than TJ Maxx and the Goodwill. You know what I mean? Like I'm a grown adult. Like go to the mall. Go to the mall. You know what I mean? Like go to the mall. And by the way, I know malls are dying in America, but like the malls in San Diego are not dying in my opinion. Like in the nicer parts of San Diego, okay, I feel like if you go to a nicer city, there's nice malls, whatever. And yeah, the mall, it hits. It just hits different. It makes me feel like I'm doing well when I'm at the mall. When I'm at the Goodwill, it's a little bit like, I just feel so undercover when I'm at the Goodwill. I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying. Guys, I'm crazy. It's because I'm about to jump off a cliff. I'm just letting it, I'm getting loose. Before I make this jump, this on the episode 1 super secret series episode 1 jump, I gotta get loose. Yeah, the mall makes me feel like I'm doing well. And I feel like I'm part of it's really like when I go to a Nordstrom, a Saks, Bloomingdale's, a Victoria's Secret. Like I feel like I'm in 2026. You know what I mean? I feel like, okay, this is what the style is this season. When I go to the Goodwill, I have no idea. I have to imagine the ads I've seen on Instagram for clothes and shit in my head as I'm going through the racks. And I'm like, wait, I think this is the hot thing this season. Or like, this is something that the girls are wearing. So like, I'll pull this and I'll be like, okay, that would be cute on me. But I honestly get a lot of it. Might be disgusting to you athleisure at the Goodwill. You guys, it's a lot of hot moms around me. Like they drop off their shit at the Goodwill and it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So like, I wouldn't be going there if it's a really good Goodwill. But yeah, we went to the Cheesecake Factory when my mom and I went to the mall. And you guys, sometimes you order something. I love the Cheesecake Factory. It's such a core part of my youth, like going to the Cheesecake Factory. I feel like it was just such a... Honestly, I'm confusing it with Red Robin. What the fuck am I saying? I've been to the Cheesecake Factory like 5 times. Okay. Why am I confusing Red Robin with Cheesecake Factory? I think the first time I went to the Cheesecake Factory, I was in Honolulu at the Honolulu Cheesecake Factory. On my first trip to Hawaii. My mom was like, she was on a business trip. She used to work for like the Future Farmers of America. And she was like, she ran that shit. It was a crazy job. It was a really cool job. And I think she was in Hawaii on a business trip for that. And my brother and I went with her. And we went surfing. We went to the North Shore. It was such a vibe. It was like so cool. I didn't go. Actually, did I go surfing? I went surfing. I actually caught a wave on Waikiki. Waikiki was the first place I caught a wave and the last place I'll ever catch a wave. Cause you know me, I don't get in the ocean. Okay. Last week when my mom and I went to the beach last week though, I did get in the ocean. I actually did get in. And I'm doing this new thing in 2026 where I'm like, fuck my fears. Like I'm going to start facing my fears. A lot of my fears are around dying. Yeah, like my fears are all related to like, I don't have control and I'm going to die. Airplanes and the ocean. Okay. Obviously airplanes in 2025 and 2026. And the ocean, it's not our home. I don't know what's underneath me. It just takes that one. Just takes that one shark to end it all. What a cool way to die. But like, honestly, I'm not down for it. I'm down. I don't want to fucking say this. It like creeps me out. Speaking of death. Okay. You guys know I have this is a stream of consciousness. I don't give a fuck. You know, I have that's what this entire podcast is. It's always been, but today especially. Because I haven't talked to you in a little bit. Okay. It's been a little bit. It's been like 2 weeks. So, you know, I have my hyperfixations, right? And I wouldn't say that death stories are my hyperfixation, but I've been reading a lot about what happened, like people's firsthand accounts or memories from when they coded, like when they died and when they came back. And it honestly gives me peace. I was going to read some of them today because it's a topic of interest in my life right now. Whales are kind of out. We did have a whale die or bubble up. I think it was a baleen whale. It was really puffy. Like I kind of feel like it was full of gas because when it died, all of the gas from its body, like from the decomposition gases, like just blew it up. And then it was fucking crazy. This was in Encinitas here in San Diego. And this motherfucking shark, I was like sliding through a slide of people who are on jet skis or some jackass on a paddleboard next to it. And then this fucking shark just going at its head. And it's like upside down dead. And it's just like going after it. People, and the thing is I'm like, shark, maybe 2 football fields offshore, eating this whale, this dead whale in Encinitas, people surfing right there. Shark, people surfing. Like, I just don't fuck with that. Okay. So lost my train of thought. I totally lost my train of thought. Wait, sharks, death. Oh, dying, like death stories. Yeah, it honestly, like when you fear, obviously like it's not cool that we have to die and like that sucks and everything, but like, or maybe it doesn't, I don't know. But these stories give me a little more peace. It makes it seem less scary. Like the way people are like, I just felt this ray of light and warmth and love, like a love I've never felt in my life. And, you know, or they're like, I don't fucking remember anything. And everything, like literally everything just went black. That honestly scares, that's the part that scares me. But so yeah, I'm trying to face my fears. I did get in the ocean last week, but back to the Cheesecake Factory. I got these chicken tacos. I did not order off the Skinnylicious menu. Sometimes I do that because I'm like, I see the full calorie count on the main menu and I'm like, ooh, I did not need to know that chicken parm or whatever is 2,800 calories. They have so many options. Did not order off the Skinnylicious menu, but I was looking for tacos and they only had like a couple choices. And I got the chicken tacos. And sometimes you order something off a menu and you're not really expecting it to be that good. Like tacos are, it's kind of like pizza. Like it's hard to fuck up a taco. It's hard to fuck up a taco. It's hard to fuck up pizza. Like it's still the thing. These chicken tacos from the Cheesecake Factory. I levitated. Like it was so good. I was like in shock and they're little. Like they're the perfect, okay, because if you're going on a first date, you could eat these tacos, if that makes sense. Like you're not gonna make a mess of yourself or with them because they're so mini. And like they're set up on there's like these metal containers they sit in on the plate to prop them up. So it's very organized. And then there's a little bit of cheese that kind of melts them together so the stuff isn't falling out. I also had the best Mexican food because something I'm also doing, I'm facing my fears. I'm also trying new restaurants. I'm sick and tired of going to the same restaurants all the time with Corey. It's getting like old, like it just, we're so boring with it. It's like, come on, like how many different times can we go to the same sushi place, the same Italian place, the same Mexican place? Like it gets to the point where it's like, it doesn't taste good anymore because you go there too much. And we tried this new Mexican place out and I also levitated because I was like, wait a minute. This taco is exactly how it tastes like from a taco truck. The taco trucks I grew up going to in Skagit Valley, Washington. It was like, or Mount Vernon, Washington, my hometown. It was so good. Anyways, am I fading? We didn't talk about the beverages. I have water in a Stanley and I have a Coke Zero. I had coffee at 5:30 a.m. before my spin class. I'm trying to cut back on caffeine, so typically I would have a second dose for the show, and we're depending on however many milligrams are in this Coke Zero, and I don't think there's very many, so bear with me. I have back pain, life update. So we're in life updates and we're going to go to things I missed, remember, and then news. And then we're going to jump off the cliff, okay? What time is it? Okay. How are you doing? Are you enjoying this? I'm taking you on a ride. I'm having fun. If I'm having fun, you're having fun because we're the same. We're the same. That's why you're here. You relate to me in some way. Something I've said hit you right in the heart. And it made you feel less alone. Maybe you don't fuck with sharks either. Okay. Maybe that was enough for you to go like, yep, I'm definitely subscribing to this bitch. Last week when my mom was here, Corey's like, hey, she visited from Monday through Friday. And he kind of said this like a concerned parent would talk to a kid. And Corey, he is 10 years older than me. So he has a way of like having I have daddy. I don't really have a dad setup. We've talked about it. So also if you're new, if you're one of these people lurking who are not really aware of who I am, my life story. I have daddy issues. Okay. So Corey has a way of being like a father figure and he has a concerned parent vibe towards me sometimes. And I am very receptive to it. I don't fight him and push back because I'm also good at taking critique and constructive feedback and criticism. And I don't get defensive. I very rarely. I just like don't have a dog. I don't have a fight. I have a fight in me, but not for things that are like, what's the point of pushing back on this? He's right. He goes, hey, I noticed when you and your mom were hanging out and we were all like talking and stuff, I noticed like you were swearing so much, like way more, like he's not weird if I swear. Like he's not obviously, it seems like he is because he's calling this out. But I guess the amount I was swearing and just the raunchiness of how I was swearing too, and like the fuck this, fuck, like it was at a different level when my mom was here, and I'm like, whoa, like, why did I just say that? Oh, I have back pain. No, that wasn't related to that. Oh, did I say? I think I said. Did I say bitch and then or like fuck, and then I was like, wait, I'm swearing and I'm trying not to, and that's also a theme of my show. I'm always course correcting when I swear, and I'm like, wait, I don't want to overdo it. Unlike Alex Cooper, who doesn't give she says fuck with so much force, like so, like some of I'm just like. Yeah. Okay, so back pain. I have back pain, and I was taking bikini pictures the other day, and I've taken enough bikini pictures to notice this pattern in my butt cheeks, like the discrepancy of what would you call it? Muscle placement or there's a obvious, I mean, not just, if you just saw me at the beach in a bikini, you wouldn't be like, oh my God. But like when you put it under a microscope, and I'm someone who's really into like fitness and body control and alignment and posture. Like I've literally been slouching this whole time when this it needs to go. I need like one of those podcaster chairs. I think it like props your low back forward so you're in like a perfect, your lumbar area is hoisted instead of sunken back into your chair. Okay. So yeah, I'm really nerdy about that stuff. I like to know. And then I have good body awareness so I can feel it. And lately at the gym, I'm like, every time I do an RDL, I'm like, it's just my right leg. And I've got 2 feet planted and I'm backing up with both ass cheeks. Okay. So I'm like, wait a minute. Why is just my right glute and hamstring turning on? Okay. And long story short, I'm looking at my bikini pics and one butt cheek is slightly tighter and higher than the other one. And if you're curious, it's my right side. So it almost makes me feel like my right leg is shorter and my left leg is longer. But what's really going on, and this is like a major life update because this can't happen. I can't be crooked right now. It's not good for my 6-pack. It's going to just make getting a 6-pack so much harder. What am I saying? You just never want to be crooked and not do anything about it. In general, like you always want to correct that when you catch it. And it's been a thing probably, I've kind of always had like the low back pain thing where it's like a little murmur, right? Like it's not a full on sharp thing, but it talks to me regularly. It's like, hey, get out of bed. And it's like a little stiff, a little oof. I don't ever feel it when I lift. I don't have any, there haven't been signs other than like the one side being more engaged when I lift than the other. But anyways, these pictures really gave it away. And basically what's going on is my right hip is tilted forward slightly. My hip flexor on that side is extremely tight. My quad on that side is extremely tight. And then I kind of like tilt more towards that side. So it's all crunched and forward. So that all needs to be rolled back, lengthened, and pulled away. So think like a lot of quad stretching and a lot of hip flexor stretching on that right side. Like I have to do it every day. It's non-negotiable. Okay. Did I tell you guys about the lacrosse ball I'm putting under my cooch? I'm looking at it right now. Oh, that's such a dirty word. Cooch is so gross. I'm not gross girl. Like I'm not gross girl. And then I get too loose on the show and it's like, hey, polish it up. I don't think I make enough eye contact with the camera either. I think that's not good for the clips. Okay. We're making more eye contact. Hi. Whoa, I don't think I've looked in the lens. This is such a rookie move in like 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm putting a lacrosse ball down under. And if you're a lady out there, start doing that every single day. It feels you have no idea how tight your pelvic floor is until you put a lacrosse ball under there and sit on it for 10 minutes. And then you get up and you're like, you love it. You literally feel like you can stand up taller. Everything's lighter and like, ah. So I'm also really into like body fascia or like myofascia release, fascia work, self-massage stuff. Like I'm just really, all that feel-good stuff, face massage. Like I really like all that stuff. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I have back pain. Let's get into the life updates. So what am I doing to fix it? Oh, a lot of what I said about getting abs is related to the back pain because I have that anterior pelvic tilt. That's the obvious reason, you guys. I literally like curve my back and stick my ass out too much. It's like my default setting, okay? And so to counter that, like you really need to work your core to pull everything down. Do I have any other bodily problems right now? Oh, my perioral dermatitis came back. I got that before the wedding from doing too many facials and treatments pre-wedding. Like it flared it up and then it came back. It's been here for like the entire month of April and I don't know what I'm going to do because it's like a stupid red rash that happens around your mouth. Like little like dry red bumps and like different parts of the day. Like when I wake up, it's not bad. Like it kind of like flares up and then goes down and then you're basically not supposed to put anything on it. You're supposed to let it breathe. But even when you do that, it like doesn't go away. So I don't know what I'm going to do. That's what other bodily issues am I having? I'm like really trying to think. Okay. Things I've missed. New segment. Clavicular overdosing. We missed that. Let's just play this. Clavicular overdosing. You guys, we've talked about looksmaxxing. I'm very pro looksmaxxing. I think it takes you far in life. Or it will take you far in life, especially if you're a 2. I feel like it's better to looksmax than not looksmax. It goes too far though when you're meth maxing or whatever Clavicular did when he overdosed. I don't know I think he was on. Well, it'll say, hold on. Let me play this video. He's like the god of looksmaxing here. And honestly, I feel like he's trolling on everyone. I feel like a lot of it's rage bait. Like he's saying things with a straight face about like taking a hammer and like completely like denting your skull so it can it rebuilds back, the bone builds back thicker so you have a wider jaw or whatever. I feel like it's a little I don't know if I know he practices what he preaches. The guy's doing heroin for cheek max or what's it called? Skinny maxing. So you have sunken in cheeks. What does he call it? Heroin for gaunt cheeks. Yeah, like I know he practices what he preaches, but I feel like his deadpan delivery on these interviews when he's just so no emotion in the face, just says it with a straight. I'm like, it's got to be rage bait. I feel like he's got to be fucking with us, but the man overdosed, and here's a video.
Clav, seen here during one of his signature IRL streams in Miami, chatting with fans after appearing to ingest a dangerous cocktail he and his friends call a pentastack.
Sorry, I can't even. I'm absolutely gone.
Right now, pentastack is Adderall, DXM, ketamine, BDO.
No, not BDO. It's 5-hour energy.
And pre-gab. Thank you.
Translation, that's prescription ADHD medication, Adderall, mixed with cough syrup ketamine, which is a painkiller, and another anti-seizure med that mimics the effects of alcohol. The live stream ending abruptly when Clav appears to go unconscious.
Oh, shit.
Clav now sharing this photo of the aftermath, telling fans he's out of the hospital with blood still on his face. He calls the experience brutal and says the worst part of tonight was my face descending, aka getting scratched up from the life support mask. Clav, who claims to be on the autism spectrum, adds all of
Wait,
the
did I just
substances
miss that? I zoned out. He's pissed off about the life support mask fucking his face off, of course.
are just to cope trying to feel neurotypical while being in public. But he admits, obviously, that isn't a real solution.
Hold up. All of the substances are just a cope trying to feel neurotypical while being in public. That's what Clavicular said about why he took. Wait a minute. He's autistic, right? I think he actually is autistic. So that combination is a cope. Is him just trying to. Dude, take a shot and shut the fuck up. Like a normal person. Pound a few beers. Like, be an actual, like, I feel like he idolizes alpha bros, like the guys that look like men who naturally look that way, that don't have to smash their skull in their mom's basement all day to try to look like a masculine man. What's going on with the ketamine, the cough syrup, the ADHD medication? Like, it's too much. That's the thing about looksmaxxing. It's maxing. You're maxing. You're doing too much. And that includes the drug taking just to feel normal in public. Just take a shot and shut the fuck up. Doesn't he drink? Or maybe wait a minute. Does he not drink because it's not good for, was there any drinking in this live stream? Hold on.
You want natty? You want natty?
Holy shit, dude, I'm trying my best, but I'm destroyed right
now. I don't think they're drinking. I think they're just doing these mini shots of multiple drugs to. He looks drunk. Yeah, I don't get it. It's doing too much. So I missed that. Clavicular, overdosed. What a crazy ass thing. I did talk more about looksmaxxing in previous episodes, so like we've covered it, but I'm just like really into do whatever it takes, you know? But I'm very pro, like, okay, when it comes, in all seriousness, when it comes to looking your best and going on a journey to look your best, shut the fuck up. I'm swearing too much. Sorry. I'm rusty with the sound effects. Don't tell anyone what you do. I'm so pro, like, shut the fuck up. Stop teaching everyone or like, I know it's his lane and there's a community and it's a hobby. It's at this point, it's a hobby. Like, these men like stand next to each other and what do they do? It's like height mog or face mog, where you try to, like, when you stand next to each other, one person is outshining the other one because they're more muscular. And then you just stand and like pose in front of a camera, like a live stream camera, or you take a photo and it goes on Instagram and it's like and then people comment and like, it's like, there's like no point to it. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. It's so pointless and stupid. Like, just be hot and shut the fuck up. Like, just do it and don't say anything. But now it's overshare, don't gatekeep, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, don't tell people anything. Just keep it tight with that kind of stuff. Okay, so I also missed Alix versus Alix. You guys, it's time I speak my truth. It's time I speak my truth about Alex Cooper. The great Alex Cooper. The great... I mean, I hate that I'm this way because it's probably not the right way to... Okay. I'm kind of into, as I've gotten older, not liking people based off of vibes. Like, you don't have to like everyone. Just because someone has a top podcast and they're also a female, like you're a female podcaster, they're a female podcaster, doesn't mean you need to kiss the ground they walk on, kiss their ass. There's a lot of playing the game in the podcasting and it's just in the entertainment industry, right? Like you schmooze you kiss ass, you schmooze, and I've just always been like, I'm not in that world. First of all, I'm out here in my own bubble doing my podcast, right? But like, just based off of vibes, I've always been just like, something's off there, you know? And I see a lot of myself in Alex Cooper. I find myself relating a lot to her, which is but honestly, I just can't get over what happened to Sophia Franklin. Her, if you don't know the lore, Sophia Franklin, you know the lore. If you're listening to this podcast, please, dear God, like if you don't know the lore, this is not your show. Okay, sorry. But Call Her Daddy used to be two girls podcasting about sex, right? At Barstool. That's the OG setup. They had a breakup where Alex took the IP. She stayed with Barstool, and then Spotify. She left Barstool. I think they kept doing her merch, but then she got the big $60 million Spotify deal, right? We all know about that. And then her ex co-host Sophia Franklin didn't get shit, and like they broke up. And there's a smear campaign from Barstool. Tearing this poor woman apart. So I just never got over what happened to Sophia Franklin. I've always been Team Sophia. I've always empathized with her from the start. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And again, just the vibes of Alex Cooper just haven't enough. That's enough for me to be like, you don't have to like everyone, right? And just there's just like her way of being, right? Like sometimes I'm just like, it's not for me. Yet I related so much to her life story and her documentary and bullying and I think she went to a Catholic school and wore a uniform, and she, like what other parallels were there? Well, recently, like we both got engaged at the same time. We both bought a house at the same time. We both got married at the same time. So like a lot of and we're the same age, right? So I see a lot of myself in her. I think she lives a cool life. She's got unwell. She's got this, all this money, and she like wears her sweatpants around her beautiful house all day with her cute dogs. And she, I don't know, wakes up at 10 and makes a nice coffee and like does an interview with a A-list celebrity, takes a few meetings and like makes shit happen. Like she's a hustler, right? Like I don't want to, that's the thing about her. Like that's the thing about her that I think I wish I had. I think that's a part I'm like, damn, if only I had her hustle, right? Like, I think you either have it or you don't. You either have it or you don't. It's a muscle I have to work harder than someone like Alex Cooper, who's just hungry. She will, and it kind of appears, and I think it's been this way from the start. And she used to have a YouTube channel that she would make vlogs or post vlogs on. And she was just very like, hi, like so like her brand is very like over the top obnoxious, like cock sucking, dick suck. I don't even like, she just was like dump his ass, drink his cum. Like so raunchy and just obnoxious. And she still has an obnoxious vibe in certain ways. I feel like the skits she does to tease her guests are a little bit, but it's like, you're an entertainer. I think that's just part of her. That's her shtick, right? That's what sells, and it works with a younger audience, and it's not cringe to them because they're younger than her or whatever. And it's entertaining. And, but yeah, she's always appeared to be hungry, that she wants it really hard. She wants to be at the top, you know, and she'll do anything it takes to be famous or the best podcast or whatever. And she's really vocal about it. She doesn't shy away from being like, yeah, I work my fucking ass off and I will like, she's just very like full on about it. Okay. And I admire that. That's a great quality to have. There's nothing. And I think the problem now with this Alix Earle situation is that I do agree that men who in business act like her aren't even like twice at for their behavior when they act like this and maybe do people a little dirty or fire them or cut them off or underpay them or whatever. Like it's just they're a shark, they're a shrewd businessman, and it's not looked at as a problem, but yet she's a woman and it's a problem, of course. And so like I think that's what's going on here too. There's definitely that like that dynamic at play. But God damn, like I'm so team Alix Earle. Like I just love that girl. The thing is too, and if you want to talk about, okay, and if you don't know the drama, God, I feel like I have to fill everyone in, and I feel like you should already know this, but I guess it's my job to fill you in. Alix Earle, hot chick out of, hot college chick out of Florida, Miami. Where did she go to college? She was making TikToks in her dorm or in her sorority, dancing TikToks, hot girl, like get ready to go party, get ready to go to the football game, TikToks. Always a get ready with me situation. Her looking great. She's a hot blonde, whatever, in college. And her life looked perfect. And everyone was like living vicariously through her. And especially if it's older girls who like went through that and now we're like, oh my God, our college days, like look how fun. And she's like so cute and like super honest, and she's vulnerable, and she shares like her whole life story, and she lets you in. And it was fun to watch. And it was kind of like from the jump, really obvious that she can do no wrong. Like anything she posts, it's like, what's not to like, right? She's very, what's the word? Brand friendly or like digestible. Like her content's very digestible. So I've always been like, I just like this bitch. I like her. Everything she does, I'm just like, I want to root for you. You're sweet. You're kind. You're just her way of being, right? And I think, and I kind of had a moment where I was like, every person commenting on Alix Earle, it's almost like it was a campaign to say and come online publicly on your TikTok and say and profess your love of Alix Earle and how you just adore her and you just love her and you just think she's so sweet and so nice and you love her Get Ready With Me content. It was like a moment, I don't know how many years ago, I want to say like 4 years ago, where it was like women were just outwardly making videos about how much they loved Alix Earle as if it was some sort of campaign. Like that's how much people loved her. I think that was all organic, honestly. Who the fuck knows? I know she's got a great team and machine behind her and you know, that's part of creating what she does and the image of it all. And that's important and that's smart and that's, you know, it's good on her for that. Like keeping your reputation squeaky clean, because like that's who she is. Where I feel like, what am I saying? Cooper, I think is just naturally a little less charismatic. Like she doesn't let you in, and she others herself from the influencer, right? She's clearly, once she got this Spotify deal and as she's grown and got more rich and famous, I feel like she lives in her castle with her man and her dogs, does her celebrity interviews and retreats back, and she'll put on these events for Unwell, and she'll go be the, you know, Alex Cooper, take my picture or take a picture with me, and like, here, let's do a shot together, and she'll go party with people or whatever, and she'll go to these events and then she retreats, but she doesn't seem to like, and it's been said, I'm listening to a lot of other people talk about this, obviously, and they're all like, she doesn't have a lot of friends in the industry. The people she's closest to, she hires, like her friends like Hallie Batch, whatever, and that Grayson guy. I don't know if they have. I think Hallie has a podcast on her network. She's like an East Coast. I was gonna say whore. Like she honestly is like, I'm a whore and I don't give a fuck. And I have these big fake tits and I have an eating disorder. I'm like really fucked up and I probably should go to rehab. Like, I don't know. Her whole brand is just like, it's actually hot mess. Like Alix Earle's hot mess brand it's pretty light compared to like a Hallie Batchelder. So anyways, there's just like reputation stuff where it just seems like she doesn't have the best reputation. And if enough murmurs are happening in the industry and around like Hollywood amongst people you've interviewed and people that worked at your company where they're not vibing, like I just think, what does Corey always say? And it's so true. Corey, my husband, if you're new here. Like, not that you have to be perfect in life and never piss people off and rub them the wrong way and, you know, never be an asshole and always be a perfect little kind soldier of this life. Okay. But there's something he says where he's like, look, if someone has a problem with me, it's them. Like, it's like, I know that might sound fucked up, but like, he doesn't put himself in situations and he doesn't like what's the word? He doesn't, he's kind to everyone. Like, he's a nice guy to everyone. If someone has a problem with him, it doesn't make sense because he's never done something where he's not like beefing with people, having drama with people, like ever. Like, he's just not that guy. I don't think he's ever been that guy. Everyone loves Corey. He's just a nice guy. And he really doesn't have people that don't like him. Like, that's the thing. They really don't like him. I just think it says a lot when there's a shit ton of people around you, especially people you've employed, that have some bad stuff to say about you. Why does that even exist? Why does that even exist? Are they like jealous of you, feel threatened by you? Like, you're Alex Cooper, you have the biggest podcast in the world, you're super rich. They just, like me, are just like, I don't like the vibe of you, so I don't like you. Like, maybe it's that. But I think at all costs, if you're going to be that in that position, this should never happen. If you're an Alex Cooper, this should never happen. So you've clearly got some flaws. Like, you've clearly got some, I don't know if it's like character flaws, ego issues, like not being able to handle whatever Alix Earle you think she did to you that you had to call out. Like, I'm sorry. The repost, it was one repost. And then she's like, how much time do you have? She commented on like one video. She threw shade maybe, obviously, like less than 5 times. Like, literally publicly, I think maybe 3 times through liking a comment, commenting a comment, and then reposting. And it's like, why is Alex Cooper concerning herself with what Alix Earle is reposting? But people are saying now, okay, we can speed this forward and I need to move on because we have to jump off the cliff. And this could be the entire episode because it's juicy and like everyone's talking about it. People are like, well, excuse me. There's the Bloomberg article that shits on her husband, basically saying he yells at everyone, he's a bad boss, and people are coming out telling their stories about how they interviewed with him and they were really put off. He was inappropriate by Matt Kaplan, Alex Cooper's husband, and it's just a bad work environment and it's a shit show working there. And so it's a hit piece, a smear piece, whatever, on the Unwell company, and it makes her husband look really bad. It alludes to like Alex Cooper's not really involved. Her husband kind of runs that shit, and he's like, which was so obvious, by the way, in her Hulu documentary. And nothing wrong with working with your husband, nothing wrong with putting your heads together and building a company and combining, because he has his company, I forget what it's called. And he like combined that with hers. And they're in business together. And I just, first of all, don't think married people should be in business together. I think you should always separate that so you don't bring that home every night. I think that's ideal. Like, I think it sounds nice that you are building an empire together. I just don't know. I personally wouldn't want that. I would want a separation. That's just me. But it's ironic, and everyone's calling this out, that Alix has been so, first of all, like girls, women supporting women, like fuck the patriarchy, pussy power, everything's for the girls, about her, like everything, her whole, what she puts out is so, like, I saw her on there's a clip of her interviewing Kevin Hart, and she's showing him like tampons and dildos on like asking Kevin Hart to like say what these women's health products are. And it's like that kind of shit where it's just always like women. Okay. And she was the karma. Excuse me. I kind of think this might be a karma situation, honestly. The irony people are calling out is that Sophia was dating, when they broke up, was dating I want to say like an HBO executive or he was high up at HBO. At the time the Call Her Daddy breakup happened, because he was like, hey, you guys are worth more. And that got in Sophia's ear, obviously, because they're dating. And he's like advising her on like, hey, like you should advocate for more money. And like, this is bullshit what you're being paid. And you're being underpaid, and which was all true. And this is a man who's well educated in this realm. He's in the industry. He understands it. And here's a young, naive Sophia. I want to say she's naive. She was smart. I feel like Sophia is very, very smart. I don't think she was like dumb. I honestly think she thought this too. Of course, I bet Alix thought it too. They're both smart. I don't think they're dumb. So they knew they're worth more. And that was a problem, because there was this during the Barstool smear campaign tearing down Sophia. It was they called him Suit Man, I think, because he wore a suit. He was like this businessman that Sophia was dating. And it was like a problem that she was letting a man get involved in her business, in her podcast business, and inserting himself in that. And here we are, fast forward all these years later, we've got, first of all, Unwell, Sophia's word. We all know that. The company, Alex Cooper, her company with Matt Kaplan. We now have, and this was so obvious in her documentary, her husband running that shit. Nothing wrong with that, but it's like you've got a man pulling the strings and calling the shots and yelling at employees, and I guess it's just not a good situation. So when you portray yourself as this female founder, CEO, like she's really she's like really, the girl boss thing really worked on Alix Cooper. Like that really worked on her. She like eats, sleeps, and breathes being a girl boss. Like she's no issue with that. She wants that life. She loves that she's a founder and a CEO, and she's a female founder and CEO. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't seem like you're running your shit. It seems like your husband is. And you marry this man in the industry, and that's convenient. And of course that's going to help you, and it's going to help you go further. But like, kind of sounds like he's a piece of shit. And I hope that he's not yelling at you. And I just really, honestly, I feel bad for Alix Cooper. I feel bad. I think there's some deep, this is now way too long of a podcast. We're going too far on this topic, but it really is a interesting story. And it's like, who fucking cares? They're both beautiful women. They're hot and they're rich. Why is this even a thing? You know what I mean? But again, I don't have drama in my life. My life is very boring and calm. And so I veg out on other people's drama, and they bring it right to me. They serve it on a platter right on their TikTok, and I get to see it, and I get to comment on it on my podcast like all the other podcasters. But I feel like underneath it all, Alix Cooper is I don't think she is malicious and evil, and I think she's calculated. A lot of what she's done seems kind of calculated, conniving, which sounds like the opposite of what I just said. I just think there's something there she struggles with. I honestly think it's the choice to other herself and like distance herself from the influencer world and not really let people into her life. Because it's like this. It's like, okay, if I was to marry a guy in the industry and go on this journey of building a media company, a podcast network, it's like there's like 4 branches of this company. They make drinks, Unwell Hydration. They have TV shows. They produce Hulu shows. Like they're doing all this shit. Like, not that she needs to take you along that journey, but she kind of needs to take you along that journey. Because you go from this college girl that let you into your sex life and talked all about that. And that's what people fell in love with. And that's what the people were drawn to about you. Because it was just so raw. And then you go overnight, Spotify deal, interviewing celebrities. And now you've walled yourself up. You get married, you start building this network, you start signing people and interviewing, you keep interviewing celebrities. And it's like, you never really closed that gap in our brains and like brought us in to the real, because like that's what the people want. That's what people, if Alex Cooper only did that, like people would be fighting so hard for her right now because they would understand her heart and her mind and like how, like Alix Earle, for example. She's so vulnerable like that. Like, I feel like I'm like that. I feel like that's what it takes. That's what it takes to, you know, I share everything. Like I'm overly honest because that's what connects with them. And so when you stop doing that and then you have this scandal and now your husband, I guess, is an asshole and your company is not, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors and they have a lot of money to keep that show up. That's the thing. It's like, I could kind of sniff that out. I think from a distance, like everything is so shiny and well, marketed and their content is really nice. The Color Daddy stuff, all the Unwell stuff, but like what's really going on behind all that? Like, I feel like it's not as good as they make it seem and appear. There's like a lot of smoke and mirrors. And I think you get what I'm saying. I need to shut the fuck up. But yeah, I feel bad. I feel like then Sophia's book's coming out at the end of the year. Daddy Issues, her memoir about her. I hope it shares some new information that we don't know about her relationship with Alex Cooper and what happened, like more deets, more juice. But then that's going to come out and that's going to maybe, but she's fine. She's rich. She'll be fine. She'll keep interviewing celebrities and she'll keep doing Color Daddy and she'll come out on the other side. I just like, did I even really talk about Alix Earle? I think, here's the thing. Back to the repost of her. It was a repost of an account called, I think, the Bravo Mom, calling Alex Cooper a ambulance chaser. And it wasn't a very savory, like it was a shit talking video on Alex Cooper. Okay. And that's right on Alix Earle's reposts on her TikTok, right? Right there publicly, like for all of her 8 million, 9 million followers to see. Right. And kind of, yeah, I'll put that in like the immature bucket. Okay. That's like, come on, you know? It's a little drama, a little immature, a little like, hey, what the fuck? Like you're getting in the mud a little more. You made the comment on that one video a long time ago, and now you're doing a full-on repost that's calling out Alex Cooper by name. So that was not very, but I'm like, you know what? Since the dawn of Twitter, like when we really, and just the internet, subtweeting, when you would repost something, or what do you call it on Twitter? Was it repost? Something shade, like celebrities would do this. They would shade their other celebrity frenemies, enemies, whatever, with a tweet that was like an obvious, like read between the lines. This is indirectly directed at someone they hate. Okay. So this has been going on forever. Alex Cooper is 32, almost 32. Alix Earle is like 25. Okay, so age difference, it does matter. When I was 25, my maturity levels to 30. Women every year live a different life. I swear to God, like in your 20s especially, you are a different person every single year, and you cannot argue with that. Like I lived 10 lives in the 10 years of my 20s. Straight up. Like who I was at 25 versus now at 31 is like a completely different person. So I give Alix Earle a little grace. She's like young. She's kind of in that party. She's still in that party phase, that young, hot party phase. And she's like, fuck it, I'm young. I'm going to do a repost and call this bitch out that I had a bad business or work experience with. But which, by the way, I think you guys are probably like, what do you think happened between Alix Earle and Alex Cooper? I don't think it's anything juicy. Like, I honestly think it was just like Alix Earle realized she's being underpaid. This is like a bullshit deal and she's above it. And the podcasting thing just like wasn't really her jam, and she got out of it, and Alex Cooper thought she owned her. And like, there was some probably stupid catty bullshit fight thing that isn't really juicy. And I don't think she's going to respond. I think Alix Earle's lack of response is just so great. I just like love that angle. I'm like, yeah, unbothered queen. Don't get in the mud with Alex Cooper. Leave her on red. Excuse me. Leave her on red and keep it moving. She's got her Netflix show coming out, Alix Earle. She's got her, what else is coming out? Oh, she has her skincare line. This was like the greatest thing for Riel Actives, her new skincare. Like the fact that this created a lot of buzz. Sorry, excuse me. I need to drink water. Yeah, moving on. Coachella Stagecoach happened. I did not go to either. Love seeing the Biebs. That was a real treat. Loved people were talking their shit about his YouTube, like playing his YouTube videos during his concert, his music videos. But I'm like, that's how he came up. It was so nostalgic. It was very creative, like something we don't usually see. I don't think it was lazy, because you want to know that. Isolate that right there. Just what I just, like the mumble I just made. What even was that? First of all, it was like, starts out with All I Can Take, best song on his Swag album. Like, it's all I can take at this moment. Like the vibe of he played this, he actually like sang his new album, like the songs on it. He did his throwbacks. It wasn't just the YouTube videos. I think people don't realize that just saw the clips of him playing his YouTube videos. Like he just sat there and lazily played YouTube videos. Like, no. And then I guess, yeah, the second weekend he kind of got in the crowd. His vocals were insane. That man's vocals live are just healed my heart. I just love that man. I really do. I think, you know, Corey's been a little like, I don't know about this punk, about Justin Bieber. And I've always been like, I take a bullet for him, like I've always been like, I fucking love Justin Bieber. And I've been out loud about that with my husband since I've known him. And he's always been like, he's a punk. I don't get it. And a lot of these men that were like that are now coming online. But like my husband's like, he's a changed man, and he officially has the Bieber fever when you get in his car and all the oldies, all the good, all the Justin Bieber songs are playing, and he's got the full on playlist on in the car. And then I catch him watching Justin Bieber videos on his phone all week after Coachella. Like I hear the concert playing on his phone. And then he tells me like, oh, I didn't know this. You know, I thought this and that about him. But like, oh, I saw this video of him with this fan. I was like, oh, like he's really like, he's turned a corner. So that was a real treat. I really have nothing to say about like the fashion or what people were wearing. I didn't really pay attention. I just think that complaining about Coachella is so, like, we all know. We know. Like, it's too influencery and it's all about, it's like, ugh, like I just can't. Like, people don't even care about the music. Like, these are the cliches everyone says every single year. They shit on the outfits. Like, I can't really, if I had to guess like what the outfit vibe was this year, like from what I saw, it's like there's still like Western elements happening at Coachella. That it's not full on Stagecoach Western, but it's tinges of like the cowboy boots, the Westerny vibes. I don't know. People had something to say about like the simplicity of Kendall and Kylie's outfits at Coachella. Like, who gives a fuck? These people are just hot and having fun. People are hot and having fun. That's why I'm like, back to Alex Cooper. I'm like, she's hot and having fun. She's hot young. She hot. I don't know. She kind of like stopped being that hot chick like she used to. She's rich. She's got stuff. I don't know. I think it's just a setback that'll hopefully, I don't know. I think with anyone in her position, all the people want is radical self-awareness and honesty, and just like, and you don't have to address anything. You don't. You could take a different approach and just go, don't get in the mud, don't address it, don't. But you're not. It depends what she wants. Like, if you really want to connect to an audience and your fans. And the thing is about her show, like, let's be honest, she's recruiting the audiences of these celebrities she's interviewing every single time. Because if you love a celebrity, if you love Kevin Hart, and he was just on, like, his fans are going to go listen to that Call Her Daddy episode. So like the raw, organic, like just Alex Cooper. I love Alex Cooper. Call Her Daddy OG fans. Like, those are the people that need more of her vulnerability. And well, everyone does. Like, it would be nice for everyone, but like, I'm just saying, like, those people, like, I feel like she just kind of doesn't give a fuck about them. She just takes the approach of like, oh, don't explain. Like, don't explain. Just like retreat and just don't address. But she addressed Alix Earle and she called that out, which was very out of character. But people say that was a block and bridge PR move where she was trying to get you to think about a different story instead of the Bloomberg article hit piece about her company. And then also there's a Vanity Fair article coming out that I guess is way more in depth about her company coming out, and like they're dealing with this PR crisis situation and And so this was her trying to distract. But anyways, I just think, yeah, you gotta be more. Okay, it's getting a little too, like, this episode's getting a little too chewy. Summer House reunion leaked audio. Don't really care. Haven't really paid attention to that since I last covered the West and Amanda situation, like the original situation. Like, I know there's a reunion. They've taped the reunion and there's leaked audio. And Amanda's being defensive about what she did. And I guess West is just keeping his mouth shut, which is interesting. He's actually smart for doing that. Dianna Russini, Mike Vrabel scandal. Is that how you say it? Vrabel? She's a sports reporter. He's the coach of Patriots head coach. That's juicy, I guess. Okay, but then I was digging. So Dianna Russini is an NFL sports reporter, right? And Mike Vrabel is the head coach of the Patriots. Okay, so she's like interviewed him. They've been in contact for years because of their jobs, and they cross paths. And I guess they've been fucking, okay, like, or allegedly. I don't know. There's pictures. There's things from the past, and it's come out. But because I'm always curious when there's affair stuff. I'm always curious who the spouses look like because they're both married with kids. And Mike Vrabel's been married for 24 years. Got married in 1999. He married his college, Ohio State. I think he was a football player at Ohio State, and his wife, Jen, was a volleyball player at Ohio State. They were college sweethearts, got married in 1999. They have, I think, 2 kids. Not quite sure about that. But what I'm always curious about when there's alleged cheating, affair, scandal stuff, I'm like, what do the spouses look like? And I looked up Dianna Russini's husband. And there's facially, it's like Mike Vrabel's the more alpha version, more masculine version of her, like facially of her husband, who's got like the same structure. The eyebrows slant the similar way. The nose shape and angle is very similar. Kind of similar smile vibe, like face shape. But it's like Vrabel's got just a little more masculinity in that face. That's just like a little more. So it's like she has got it. It's like I always look if they have a type or if like what's the attraction. I don't know. I just think it's interesting. There's like a vibe that it's really too bad. And then she named her son Mike. People are doing the math and they're like, yeah, I don't know. There's like some crazy timeline of when Dianna and Mike were in Nashville at the same time. And then 9 months later, her son was born and she named him Mike. So yeah, that's kind of our latest. That's like our 2026 Coldplay, HR lady, Coldplay, cheating, scandal, bullshit. Kevin Goldschmidt is Dianna Russini's husband. I guess he's an executive at Shake Shack. They got married in 2020. So they have 2 sons. They're newly married-ish. 6 years. Goldschmidt currently works as the vice president of total rewards at HR technology at Shake Shack. Okay, cool. Swalwell, scandal, Eric Swalwell, that's also happening. You guys, I don't really know. I just hear stuff and I'm like, I just don't give a fuck. It's always a man putting his decoration in it. Okay. It's like a former. So there's like sexual assault and rape allegations. So who is he? He is a representative in California rep. Is that what he is? He resigned, obviously. And as of April 2026, multiple women have come forward with various accusations against the former congressman. A former staffer alleged she was raped. And sorry, I don't think, like, you know how people go R-worded? I don't know what I can say. I'm not monetized on YouTube, so like, I don't really think I don't know. She was R-worded by Swalwell twice. I'm not laughing at that, but including once in a New York hotel room in 2024 while she was too intoxicated to consent. A model publicly alleged Lana Drews that Swalwell drug, choked, and raped her at the Montrose West Hollywood Hotel in July 2018. She stated she was incapacitated and after one glass of wine lost consciousness during the assault. Other sexual harassment allegations. So Swalwell. That happened. I don't really, you guys, we're about to jump off the cliff soon. Stay with me. We're still going. Secret series episode 1. Like this is the episode, but like the segment you're probably tuning in for is just around the corner. So Zoë Kravitz and Harry Styles are engaged after 8 months of dating. She is, I was curious, like how old, what's the age gap? She's 37, he's 32. And if you remember, if you're like an OG One Direction Harry Styles fangirl, like myself, he was always seen with older women. And specifically there's this woman, and I forgot that she passed away. Like really like hit me like a bus when I remember that, because that was such a time. Like her name's Carolyn Flack. And she was I think an entertainment reporter in the UK. And long story short, She passed away in 2020 by suicide, which is crazy. And they had been rumored to be dating, Harry Styles and her, and she was much, much older. And so as a young, like, what was I, 17, 16-year-old, hearing about this old woman taking this young, hot man that I was like in love with. I was just obsessed with Harry Styles in One Direction. It pissed me off. I was like, no. But now he went older with Zoe Kravitz and they've been together for 8 months. I heard that he has baby fever or something. And like, he's like wanting children and they're cute together. I feel nothing, honestly. Happy for them. But like, as a former fangirl, like I feel nothing other than just happy for them. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Like, he just fucking glowed down as he got older in my eyes. Like, and I don't think his album did very well. You don't really hear about it. Maybe it's just not my algorithm. Like I'm not hearing the songs. They're not crossing my path. Like, I think, what was it called? Like Disco Occasionally, Kiss a Lot. Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally. That was literally the title of his album. I don't know how well it did. He just aged in a, not the way I guess expected. I just think of like George Clooney or like Brad, like people that just get better and they're notorious for like, as they age, it's like, he kind of aged like milk. And you know what it is, you guys? It's the fucking facial hair. He needs to lose it. He's got this like stubble situation going and this like spiky short hair, Harry Styles. I just don't like the mustache. It just doesn't, I don't know, for me. I know Zoe's into it. I know she's riding the shit out of that. Because I know he's into that type of. What the fuck am I saying? Whoa, we just went there. I know that man eats pussy. Like that's his preference. His preference is like just, he loves, you just look at his mouth and it's the mouth of a man who loves eating pussy. Okay. I've always thought that. So yeah, that's probably why he's keeping the stash. I don't know. Like, we're not going to go there. But it's kind of like a pube stash. Like, it's not like a good, like the facial hair just isn't the stubbliness of it. I don't think it flatters him. I think he looks better clean shaved. God, when he had like the long hair, I know it was crazy, but like even that was just better than like whatever this is. I don't know. He's also kind of a quiet, kept to himself celebrity. Maybe I expected him to be more of like a showman. Like, I know he tours and he does his thing, but like more of like a man about town and like not just getting a coffee with Zoe in New York every morning of the week, getting paparazzi. Like, that's like the content I get now. It's like, I don't know. He's eccentric. He's a quirky guy. Yeah. So yeah, they're happy for them. They're engaged. News update. Speaking of eating puss, how many hours are we into this episode? Ray J makes outrageous claim he slept with over 12,500 women. Who's the guy, the basketball player that slept with 20,000? I Googled him last night. Hold on. No, what's his name? Hold on. There's someone who slept with 20,000 women Tuesday evening. Will Chamberlain. So he famously claimed in his 1991 book, A View from Above, that he slept with 20,000 women in his lifetime. This figure, averaging roughly 1.3 to 1.4 women per day from age 15 until the book's release, is widely considered a massive exaggeration, likely intended to be a hyperbolic statement about his active sex life rather than an accurate count. So he was a basketball player? Of course he was. Yeah. Globetrotters? What is this? Philly? Yeah, so Ray J. The thing about these men that say these numbers, it's like at this point, I mean, are they keeping a spreadsheet? How do you just come up with, do you just average in your head, like, yeah, out of 365 days a year, I've probably fucked 300 girls, multiply that by X amount of years. They probably banged more than that. So anyways, he was on Cam Newton's podcast. Cam Newton, man, he's a hot piece of ass, right? Like, let me look up a picture. Hold on. He's former, I don't think he plays football anymore, does he? He just does like podcasting. Is he on the, he's a former professional football quarterback. He played, he played for the Panthers and then he played for the Patriots, right? He kind of flopped. Like he had a football glow down. Like, I feel like is he hot? Wait. He wears like a Smokey the Bear hat. Or he wears who am I thinking of? He wears a, not Phil Collins. Who's the music guy that wears the top hat? Pharrell? He wears a hat like Pharrell. Anyways, Ray J was on his podcast and this is the conversation they had about body count. And we're going to play the whole thing because I haven't watched this yet, but this is when he tells the class that he slept with 12,500 women when Cam asks him about it. Again, like the spreadsheet, like at what point are you like tracking this? Like, is it just a mental note? Yeah, I texted Corey last night. He beat me. He beat me by one. I'd be in a wheelchair, by the way. Like, I wouldn't be like, yeah. If that was the case, I would be definitely in a wheelchair. If that was how many, yeah. The thing is about body count is that it doesn't matter. For women, are we going to have this conversation? Do I know my body count? Yes. That's all I'm going to say. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's good that Ray J knows his body count. You know, is it ideal or is it not great that it's 12,500 women? Yeah, but like, at least he's keeping track. You know, we got to give him that. Okay, like, let's listen to this interview.
You went on a podcast recently stating that you have slept with 11,500 women.
I did a booby trap party when I reached 10,000.
What?
Yeah. So we did a celebration, booby trap, celebrated my 10,000. I had about 400 or 500 girls that I fucked with came through, supported. It was a massive parade.
You're talking about different partners.
10,000. I think, yeah, a little bit more now.
Different partners.
What you mean?
Like, this could go for how many times you've had sex. But
no. These are 10,000 different people.
Jeez.
You said 11.
It's at like 12.5 now, but I wanted it to get to like 11, so I was guaranteed 10.
Okay.
I didn't want to be at 9,000, and I wanted to be at 11. Then I said, okay, we went to 10.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure I was over.
Do you know what the average is?
What the average what?
Like, you're 45, no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can only fuck 1,000 more bitches. I can't do any more.
But
so crass.
The average of the volume of different sex partners, do you know what that is?
What do you mean?
Like,
I understand the math and the skill.
Okay. So that's sleeping with a little over 1.5 women.
Honestly, Ray J's a funny fuck. Like, I listened to a little more of this interview, and he's kind of he's a little funny fucker. Like, he's got a He's got that like little funny fucker shithead vibe about him, and I kind of like it.
A day for 30 years.
Yeah, the math is different because when we're on tour, we're thinking 5 to 10 a day.
A day, bro.
A day, so you scaling it. These niggas got way more bodies than me. I got, first off, some of my friends, some of my homegirls, they fuck 45,000 niggas a year.
Okay.
All right, bro, I'm not capping.
Some of your homegirls.
They at least fuck, 45,000 a year. No, like maybe
45,000. It's only 365 days in a year. What kind of bender do they got to go on to make that math make sense?
Brothels and stuff like that.
Wait.
Okay. Ask Lamar Odom, you know.
Let's do that math. Hold on. That math is 365. Or no, 45,000. That is 100. That is 123.2 men a day. Okay. Hey, Bonnie Blue can do it. So I guess it is possible. She does 1,000 in a day, but what else does he say? I don't know how much longer this conversation goes, but let's keep listening.
But I don't think that's.
What's your body count? 20,000?
No.
10,000 for sure.
No.
Bro, there's no way. All the football games, everything. You know you was running through for sure 10 after every game.
No, bro.
That's not fair.
That's too much energy, bro.
For you? That's nothing.
No.
So where you at, 5,000?
Not 5,000.
6?
Not 6.
4?
We like
4?
No.
You for sure 4.
I don't even crack 1,000, bro.
All right. We're not being honest.
1,000? Just think about this. 1,000 women, right? 365.
Yeah. Like, think if you're like 19. 365, 1,000, 300.
Bro, I wouldn't.
So you're doing 1,365, right? You're 19, 20, 21,
365
6, 7, 8, 9,
times
30. I'm 45.
5 is 1,800. 1,825,000 women. That's 5 years? No, heck no.
So where are you, 4,000?
No, bro. No.
Cam, like, I want you to continue to be a role model, but you said you was a savage.
Bro, let me tell you something. That's not my vibe.
Okay.
If I'm giving you a rough answer, it doesn't even scratch 1,000.
Got it.
Just being honest.
Okay. And I'm flying. Right now, in the air.
How you gonna put bodies on me, bro?
I never want to put a body on you. I just want transparency in this.
I'm giving you transparency. You mad that I ain't hitting hoes like that, bro? Look, women.
First off, you hit one of the family that you wanted to hit that we was talking about. You already had 20,000.
I never hit that.
I know, but once you do, you already had 20,000 bodies off one twat.
How you get into your number though? Because now how you get into your number is
one. You hit 20,000 bodies with one. I can't believe this conversation.
I'm getting my number is 2 different ways.
So the girls that just doing 45,000 bodies, right? If you fuck one of them, you're at 45,000 bodies.
So you're talking about having unprotected sex with people who are actively having sex, and you're taking on those members.
All those spirits and
stuff. So that's what you...
That doesn't count for me. I'm one by one. I'm talking about you. I'm one by one. I'm 10,000, 12,000, one person at a time. And shout out to Will Chamberlain. He's at like 25,000.
That's a lot, bro.
Will Chamberlain has a world record. Like I said, 1,000 is all I can do left in my world.
Oh my God. Unbelievable. I think he's got to be exaggerating because that's just. He thinks Cam Newton's gonna bang 10 girls after a game. Like that's just like how does that work? Is that just is that just a orgy situation? Like at the hotel? Like what the fuck? And that's just like a normal thing. Like Rage is like, yeah, 10 girls in the room. And Cam's like, it's too much energy. Yeah, I'd be so fucking tired from my game. I'd be going to bed. See how that happened. Okay, Theo Vaughn, I mentioned we're gonna talk about. We have a story. A new citizen of the sky we're going to cover, and then we'll jump off the cliff. This is a long episode. I kind of like this though, because I'm not going to do those AI timestamp things where you can just scroll to see the topic of the jumping off the cliff secret series episode 1 segment. Like you have to actually like listen to find it. So I'm like really stretching this out. Okay. So Theo Vaughn, I'm a little worried because I see myself in Theo. He's deeply introspective. He like cares a lot. He's a solo podcast where he interviews people now. I feel like is he ever solo? I don't listen all the time, but I saw this clip of him kind of like I don't want to say crashing out, but just like getting deep. Let's just play this and then I'll say what I have to say.
I never thought I would be saying some of this stuff, but I'm glad that I am because I'm ready for a new story. I'm ready for a new story. And I'm ready for and the scary part is who will I be if I let go of these things that I've always done and known, some of these behaviors, if I even can let go of some of them. And I know I'm not going to get anything right or whatever. And there's no it's just I don't know, man. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm kind of tired. What can I suggest, do you think, Trevin, or offer some thought? Do you have any thought about any of this?
I think it's really hard, and I think praying is a great first step if you don't know where to go or how to break a cycle.
Yeah, that's it. I just that's something that's helped me is I just started praying, but I started praying like as honestly as I could.
Okay, let me just start this. I want to
saying some of this stuff, but I'm glad that I am because I'm ready for a new story.
He's ready for a new story. Okay, so I watched that, and I've seen some clips of him when I think the last time he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, I was listening to it. He seems to be like. He kind of a consistent theme is he's got internal struggles, demons, or I want to say like demons, but like he's got internal stuff that like fucks him up a little bit, and he talks about it, and that's the thing I love about him. He's very honest and vulnerable and all of that. And it reminded me, like, just watching this clip, because I don't do it. I barely do it on the show anymore. And it honestly naturally kind of happened, because what happened with my show is that I started out by vomiting, I really enunciated the T, like just barfing out all of my inner world problems. And I would dissect every inner thought and the meaning of why do I think this, and why am I the way I am, and what stories am I telling myself that are limiting beliefs. And I would do all that therapy stuff, and I would go in so deep, and my tangents would be so long, and I would but what I realized and there was an epiphany. I forget. Oh man, it was like the epiphany of this podcast that happened. It was like month 6. Without exactly getting the epiphany right, because I can't recall it. Maybe it'll come to me. It was kind of like a realization that I think too much about myself. And my issue was depression, right? Like that's what I was overcoming at that time. And I was crawling out of a hole, and it was during the pandemic. It was really dark and horrible. And I had to like rebuild my self-esteem and my identity. And like, but it was a process, right? But I kind of realized like, I'm thinking too much about myself. It's like, just fucking accept yourself and move on. Like, you don't need to psychoanalyze and overthink and go deep about yourself every single waking hour of the day and spiral. And that's what I was doing. I was allowing the thought to just spiral and spiral and spiral. And I find like watching Theo Von, it's like, hey man, like, you're okay. Like, you're perfect. Like, you're okay. Nothing is wrong with you. I know you've got stuff you want to overcome, and like, you want to tell yourself a new story, which I think is great. I'm very pro rewrite your story. Like, don't keep telling yourself the same story about your life and yourself forever. Like, it's not facts. It's based off of experiences that you gave stories and meaning to that are made up in your head. Like, it's not real. Like, it feels real, but if you keep telling yourself those stories for too long, it calcifies in your brain, and then you identify with those stories, and that becomes who you are, and that's what you live your entire life being. And it's like, you can cut that shit off, and you can rewrite that, and you can change the trajectory of your life by doing that. And I'm a big advocate of doing that. I rewrite my story all the time. I catch myself slipping. I'm like, why am I spiraling in my head again about this stupid thing I don't like about myself, or this thing I want to change? It's like, no, shut the fuck up. You're fine. Like, that's not helpful. I think it's good to be self-aware. I think it's good to address things about your personality that suck and that you need to work on, that you don't like about yourself, that have come up in relationships where people are they're coming up against the same issue with you all the time, and it's causing strains in your relationship. And that's something that like definitely needs to be worked on. I'm very like, do that. But when Theo's getting emo all the time in these podcasts and he's making comments like this, I don't know what his stuff is. I think he struggled with addiction in the past. I used to listen to his podcast a lot, like back in the day. Like, I was listening to a lot of, but it's like, man, you got to get off the therapy train at some point. Like, you can't keep talking about it. Like, I feel like you just have to fucking get off the therapy train. If you're a podcast host who talks a lot about yourself and your demons and your struggles, like, you're just kind of manifest or you're keeping it alive. And when you stop talking about it, like, it's not that you're sweeping under the rug and you're not addressing it. It's that you're like, you're not allowing your brain to constantly go there. There's a time and a place, but like, if you're constantly going there in your brain and you're just talking about it, and you're deep diving into it, and you're telling stories about it, and you're podcasting about it, I don't think that's useful. So just do what I did. I just fucking woke up and started telling myself I'm the shit and there's nothing wrong with me. Not in like a there's literally nothing wrong with me way, but I was like, wait a minute. I'm making up these stories in my head about myself that are all based on bullshit like bullying and past life stuff where I had insecurities because of stupid shit like other people around me that I was jealous of, or that, bullied me, or stuff that happened in my household growing up, my childhood stuff. Like, that doesn't need to exist today. I don't need to keep telling myself that story about myself today. Like, I can just wake up and be like, today, you're the shit. Nothing's wrong with you. You're great. You're perfect. Seize the day and move on. And honestly, that's what medication helped me with the most. Like, when I finally got on medication at first, like, that was a big epiphany. I was like, wait, this is helping me not spiral. I don't know if Theo's medicated. I don't know if he's anti that. I don't know what RFK's been telling him or whoever is telling. I don't know. I feel like he's kind of into that like holistic-y wellness bro, whatever stuff. Ways to well, whatever Rogan's got him hooked up on. But yeah, you realize like, wait, I'm not thinking about myself all day long anymore. I'm not spiraling into a hole anymore. I'm just those thoughts don't really consume my life. And so I have no idea what the context of this conversation was, by the way. I just saw this clip and I was like, I relate to that. I used to do a lot of that. Man, those stories he's saying he wants to like let go of, I think that's great. It's good to embrace change, let go, write a new story. I think that's a great step. Yeah, because otherwise those stories become self-fulfilling. And that is, I swear to God, like this is, again, a lot of what I do is a direct reflection, or it's a reaction. Like, okay, I witnessed something from other people in my life and I'm like, oh no, I can see this is like a limiting thing for them. This holds them back in their life. Like, ooh, like this is a pattern, right? And a lot of what I'm seeing with other people that drain me in some ways, not all the time, but like parts of them are very draining to be around. It's because they've been telling themselves this same story about themselves, and they tell that story to other people about themselves for the entire relationship, the entire time I've known them. It's like the same story, and that is their life. And that became self-fulfilling for them. They identify with that. And now that is their life. They haven't broken free from that story. They've never rewritten that story. They've never asked questions about that story. And if that story is even necessary or useful, like not to be Elon Musk about it, but sometimes he says stuff and I'm like, that's actually so true. Like it's so, the way he says it is like so simple, but it's like, yeah, that's true. Like, is this useful? Like you can break things down in life to like, is this, like zoom out. I'm a big advocate, also like proponent of like zoom out of yourself, like zoom out. Like if this is my little whale here, like this is me, like zoom out. I'm the little whale. Don't be in your head, like zoom out of your body. Have like a fly on the wall view of yourself. Zoom out and just like ask yourself, is that useful? Like what's the point of telling yourself a negative, sad, sappy story that is rooted in, it's shaped by your past. It's not facts. Like it happened. You think it's a fact because it happened. The story of your life, the story of you, right? Like you think it's, but think about I know this is like, maybe we're getting too deep and I don't really do this as much anymore, but you made it up in your head. So you can make up other stories in your head and you can rewrite the story to be positive. Like, for example, if your story is your fat, ugly, and broke, I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of something. And that's the story you think of yourself. And every day you wake up and you're like, I'm fat, ugly, and broke, and I'm a loser. Like you can go, I'm skinny, I'm rich, I'm beautiful, and I'm great. Like you can, it's all that, it's that manifestation stuff. It's that affirmation. That's what I mean. Affirmation stuff. You have to affirm new stories, like new thoughts about yourself. But again, if you don't have that introspective gene thing, like a Theo or a me, or a lot of these other great podcast hosts out there. Yeah, I'm calling myself a great podcast host. If you don't have that, you're going to be at a disadvantage because you probably lack self-awareness. You're probably not into like developing and evolving as a person in a healthy direction. You're probably just like going through the motions of life, telling yourself that same story, never poking at it, never asking questions about it, never being curious about yourself. Why you tell yourself that? Like the bullshit. You don't like get in the weeds of it. You just kind of, again, like live day in and day out. And without even realizing, this is the kicker. You probably don't even realize you do it. That's just your normal life. That's just normal for you. That's just how you feel about yourself. But the thing is you don't feel good about yourself when you say that story. It makes you feel like shit. So stop telling it. Like tell a new story. Is that stupid? There's actually this Reddit thread I was looking up. Yeah, I follow the emotional intelligence Reddit. Of course I fucking do. The question was why the story, or the topic was why the story you tell yourself might be holding you back, and does it really matter? And someone wrote something interesting. If everyday people tell you that you're worthless and a loser, and that's all you'll ever be, does that not wear on a person's psyche and morale? No matter how much you try to grow and evolve, and no matter your personal successes in those endeavors, the narrative from the people in your environment never changes. Wrong environment? Nope. So wait. Yeah, so the narrative from the people in your environment never changes. They still think that about you, and that's what they keep telling you, even though you might be successful, even though you might have done something great with your life and persevered, and yeah, they still tell you. So wrong environment? Nope. Right where I'm supposed to be right now. So what's with the crabs in my bucket? Okay, this is Reddit. I don't know what this is a little quirky here. Yeah, this is the kicker, and this is hard to remember when you're in your head about a story about yourself. Jeez, end the episode. Like, end it. Hey, we're getting too deep. We're not off the cliff yet, but we might as well be. Perhaps they themselves are unsatisfied with what they've become and don't like what they see in the mirror. So they take it out on you. Projection. Everyone fucking does this. The person trying and succeeding. So they take it out on you, the person trying and succeeding to improve themselves beyond what their detractors could accomplish for themselves. Is this a me problem? Fuck no. It's a you problem. I am self-aware. I recognize my faults, and I'm alone and the only person who can help myself. I'm working to better myself, and just because you aren't doesn't make me a worthless loser in perpetuity. It makes you one. Word. Yeah, like that's the whole thing. It's like you have to, again, it's not facts. Like a lot of the story you tell yourself is based off of shit other people have told you about yourself. And then I'm speaking from experience, then you like, for me, that's what killed my self-esteem as a kid and as a teenager. And I was like, the bullying didn't help, and like the stuff at home and all this shit, it like made me actually feel like I sucked and I was a loser. And like this makes, when I tell Corey this, he's like he gets so upset about it. He's like, I can't believe you like legitimately hated yourself and thought you were a loser. Like, how could you, like he sees me as perfect, right? Like, how could you go that long and that many years, like feeling that insecure, and like how? And I'm like, I internalized what other people said about me because it was a long time of hearing it where I didn't know how to be like, fuck you. Like, I'm confident. I love myself. Like, I didn't learn that until I was like 25. Actually, I learned it after I moved to San Diego, and I was with this asshole of a man who like I lived with, and it was like a shit show, and I've told the story and it's like crazy. I got my self-esteem stripped even more at a really crazy time when I'm like supposed to be moving to a new city and flourishing. That was all stripped. And so like literally after I left that situation, it was like brick by brick. And I think I was 23, 24. So yeah, mid-20s. Then I learned how to love myself. Then I learned how to build confidence, and actually but it took a long time. I wish I learned that when I was 5. I wish that was something and it's kind of crazy. Like no matter how much my parents would hype me up and tell me I was great, I didn't feel it. I didn't like viscerally think it and feel it. I always was like, and I was always embarrassed by my, like certain things with my family. And I was like comparing myself to my friends' families. And I was like, grass is always green. I was like so young thinking this. And then I felt like an outcast, like, cause they would have like their perfect little family and their perfect little neighborhood and their perfect little this and that. And I just felt like I couldn't relate to it. Like I I wanted to be friends with that and be around that and like be in that. But I felt like embarrassed and like I was another, like I couldn't. And I think that energy is palpable when you're around someone like me as a kid. Like other kids feel that. And I think that's something I also learned, like, no shit, you had struggles making friends. Like you brought that energy to school. Like you brought that exuded off of you. And that wasn't your fault. Like none of this shit was your fault. But anyways, rewrite your story. Don't get too deep. It's not useful. It's useful to a certain point, but if you keep milking that cow or beating that horse, whatever, if you keep slapping that pig's ass, what are the phrases I'm thinking of? Like I think Theo recently, I've noticed he's done that. I'm like, you gotta at some point like kick the fucking shit down the road and move on. And just like, I think that's what he's saying in this video though. He's like, I want to break free from these stories, but it's scary because these are the things that I have from my past that whatever he said, like I still identify with and hold on to. It's like, but it's scary to break free from that. And I think it's, yeah, sure, it's scary, but it's like, man, when you get to the other side, it's liberating. Because you don't hate yourself anymore. You're not struggling or whatever his situation is. In my case, it was like, I don't have fucking struggles like I used to. Like the big ones, like the inner world struggles. Like that is so important, you know? So, all right, there's a new citizen of the sky. And it's not this asteroid, Apophis, coming at us in 2029. Deleting a bunch of tabs because I'm confused on where I'm at on these stories. Is this a 3-hour podcast? God damn it. Okay, so let me pull this up. Don't play. Don't want this audio to play because it's TikTok. First TikTok is like that just popped up. I'm going to play the one I saved. Is like boomers are a disgusting generation and they need to be fixed. Fuck. Okay. So this is like a news thing. I'll play. It's like a ABC video of a new citizen of the sky. Watch it here. It's crazy.
A recent Delta Airlines flight gained an unexpected passenger when a woman suddenly went into labor mid-flight.
The baby has been delivered on the aircraft, so they're going to be coming in with the baby delivered.
The plane from Atlanta was preparing to land in Portland, Oregon, when crew members, along with a doctor and 2 nurses on board, stepped in to help deliver a baby girl at cruising altitude. The plane was met by emergency crews on the ground, where both mother and newborn were reported to be in stable condition. Delta says it does not restrict pregnant passengers from flying, but recommends consulting a doctor before travel in later stages of pregnancy. The airline also says its flight crew receives comprehensive medical training to assist in situations like this. Delta saying we extend our sincere thanks to the crew and medical volunteers on board who stepped in to provide care to a customer on board prior to landing in Portland, adding we wish.
Okay. So baby was born on a flight and a Delta flight. And I was curious. I was like, how many babies are born on planes? Because like, that's crazy. What did that shit smell like? Like, I'm thinking of so many things. Like, this is a crazy headline. And wait, do I have another headline here or no? So I think it was a cryptic pregnancy, which is crazy when you don't know you're pregnant. Like you don't show. And like, I don't know how that's even possible. I want to say it was a cryptic pregnancy and she didn't know, which is so insane. I'm reading some quotes here from passengers and whatnot. So, Tina Fritz and Karen Powell are 2 Oregon EMTs who delivered the baby. Their friends who were returning from vacation together when Ashley, a fellow passenger who they didn't know, suddenly went into labor in their flight. It was a once in a lifetime experience. Actually, Fritz told KOIN 6. I think this is out of Portland. It all began when an announcement over the intercom by a flight attendant asked for any personnel on board the plane to ring their service bell. Then the steward came up to us and he goes, "Hey, we have a lady up front who thinks she's going into labor. Contractions are about 3 minutes apart. Can you guys check her out?" They went up the aisle and immediately knew the baby was coming sooner rather than later. I asked an OB kit, which they did not, or I asked for an OB kit, which they did not have. I asked for blankets, which they did not have. So I was like, okay, we need to get blankets from passengers. Fuck. I need some shoestrings. Wow. So the flight attendant took his shoestring out, cut it for us, Fritz said. They had to improvise with what they could borrow, using the shoestring as a tourniquet to start an IV on the patient. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. She's like, I gotta push. And within 3 really good pushes, the baby was out and doing perfect. 3 pushes? This is a miracle. Mom was like a rock star. Like, Mom did so good, Fritz said. I cut the cord and wrapped her up. And they're like, the plane is touching down. So Corinne grabbed the seat. And I grabbed the seat. We didn't get anything buckled and we just landed. Then we gave the baby back to Mom and we taxied in. So the whole plane cheered for Mom. It was great. Holy fuck. There was like an older dude, like, I don't know, probably like in his 40s, 50s, or probably like his 50s, sitting kind of like in front of the seat. And I was like, I wonder, he's like, don't look back. Like, it's crazy. So I was looking up how many births happen on planes every year, like how frequent. So there are 3.6 to 3.7 million births per year in the US. Some airlines, fewer than 10 births per year happen on planes. So yeah, because you're not supposed to fly after, I think, 36 weeks. So like when you're later in your pregnancy. So it doesn't happen very often, less than 10 a year. Some airlines, oh yeah, this happens. Some airlines used to give free flights for life, but most stopped because people would literally try to game it. Yeah, of course. Like, that's insane. Citizenship can depend on where the plane is registered, airspace, or parents' nationality. Yeah, so that baby, that's the latest. I just thought that was a fun headline to end the episode. Actually, we need to jump off the cliff. What's crazy when I was reading this baby delivered on Delta flight article is that I realized something, and it's so crazy. Like I was reading this article, I was like, what does this remind me of? And I'm like, wait, this shit's reminding me that I'm 14 weeks pregnant. Huh? What? Yeah. Or should we do like... I'm 14 weeks. This article reminded me that I'm 14 weeks pregnant? Question mark. What's the vibe? Like, what's the vibe?
A real dad, a real husband, a real man.
I'm a real mom, a real wife, and a real woman. I'm 14 weeks pregnant. There. We jumped off the cliff. Secret Series episode 1, cat's out of the bag. I don't know how to do this without just fucking saying it. Yeah, so hi. That's what you tune in for. I put on the sunglasses because I literally have butterflies and I'm nervous. Typically, the couple posts the Instagram post, they do the baby bump photo, and it's like, we're pregnant, and they come out as a couple together. And they're like, we fucked, and now we're pregnant. baby coming in the fall or whatever the fuck they say. Like, not that we're not going to do that. I just wanted to, because my relationship with social media is this. I am so close to you here. And then everywhere else, I feel like people just, again, like monitor my life that don't know me. I feel like, yeah, a lot of friends and family follow me. They already know. The friends and family that all the most important people in my life know. So they already know. Instagram's not going to know for a long time. I don't know when they're going to know. This is not going to be a TikTok series. I'm not going to do the mommy like pregnancy blogger thing. Were there signs? Hi. Were there signs? Was this an obvious thing? I don't know. I mentioned getting abs earlier in the episode. Might have thrown you off there because I, in fact, will not be having a six-pack this summer. It's going to be fat bitch summer, but fat bitch with toned. It's going to be a hard, round stomach with a nice. I'm trying to get those lines in my bump. I want to get those obliques cranking because I want to have. Am I toxic about my pregnancy weight gain so far and like what my goals are when it comes to my fitness during pregnancy? Like I honestly, I frankly don't care because like at the end of the day, like working out and being extremely healthy right now is the best thing for me and my future child. So like, yeah, I'm trying to be extremely fit and like conscientious of my core because I don't want my abs to like go to shit and split apart, which is horrible. So yeah, was this obvious? Did I throw you off? But again, you're getting the inside scoop right now. This is insider information. This is, by the way, my DMs are open. You can talk to me there if you want to say anything, if you want to give me a little wink emoji. Like I know the secret. I listened to the episode. Like send me a DM. Okay, we do not comment on like a past post. Don't share a story of me of like or whatever on your public. Like come on. Like let's all be adults here. Let's be mature. Have some respect. Okay, at this time, I'd like this to be a safe space where I feel like, you know, it's going to happen soon. Like eventually everyone's going to know and it's going to be fine. But like, I just wanted to do it publicly here first. Because I think it's a special, like we can have this secret and only you and I can have it. And it's kind of fun that way. And I really want to like document it without turning my social media into mommy content. And like week 14 of my pregnancy symptoms. And like, this is what I'm eating this week as a mom, a future mom. And like, this is my workouts for pregnancy. And like, I'm not making content around it. I'm decentering the motherfucking shit or I'm decentering that type of content everywhere else except here. Okay. And that is the boundary I'm setting because there was a day I was so sick, you guys. I was so sick. And I'm just going to be honest. Like I was so sick for weeks. I'm out of the first trimester. I'm fucking fine now. And I was so angry for no reason. Like I was just so fucking pissed off. And I got so mad and I just started not yelling, but it was the type of thing where Corey, I was like, oh my God, I can just really be myself and I can say whatever is on my mind to him in any state. Like I'm sick and I'm nauseous and I'm angry and I'm just like pissed off. And I was going off about mommy culture. I was like, these fucking moms and their frumpy fucking lives, they fucking let themselves go to shit. And all they talk about is the chaos and I don't have time for me and mama needs a coffee and da-da-da. I was just like, fuck all this shit. And I fucking don't want anything to do with it. I can't relate to it. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? They all look like, I just was so like, and I know it's like, that's so women hating of me. Cause like, give them a break. They're like busier now. They have a kid, but I hate the culture of it. Right. And I've never related to it. And that's something I've talked about on the podcast here. Like I've made episodes like about having kids before and like my thoughts around motherhood and like the identity of motherhood and combining that with like where I'm at now and like bridging that gap someday when I become a mom. And I've been extremely honest about it. Like, it's just, there's like a lane that's cute, but like not a lot of women make content that are like the people I vibe with, the mom group, like the mommy people I vibe with, never make a complaint about their kid online publicly. They're not posting their kids for content. They're rarely posting their kid. They're not like making their entire portfolio online about their child. They've maintained a sense of like who they were before. They've maintained the same content. I'm not trying to be like, you can't switch it up. And because of course it's an incredible life change. It's beautiful. It's all you think about. It's all consuming. Of course, like that is true. And that is wonderful. And of course you can do that. I just think the people I relate to, because they probably have the same thing as me where I'm like, I want some things in my life to be private. Just because I become a mom, like, doesn't mean that has to be what I lead with and like serve on a platter to people every day. Like, that doesn't feel right to me. And it doesn't need to be any deeper than that. Like, cool. Like, I can just say that and move on with my life. But I was so like, I was having like a rage about it. I was so angry because I'm like, I just don't like it. It just like, because what do we value on this podcast? Being hot, okay? Looksmaxxing, even while you're fucking pregnant, all right? Keeping that shit tight, keeping it together, putting your best foot forward, even when you're puking in your toilet after you ate one piece of grapefruit on a fucking Tuesday morning like I did. And that's the first time I puked. And I was like, great. Here we are. We're nauseous, we're puking, we're pregnant, and life is... But am I posting that? Am I making content of me vomiting in the toilet like some of these other mommy bloggers? Like, no, I'm not sharing that side of my life because it's just not... That's not what we value here. Like, they value that like rough and tough, like raw side. And honest to God, like, I'm being so raunchy and hot-headed right now about this. But to be loving and kind and sweet. Sorry, it's the hormones. Like, you're probably like, what the fuck, bitch? Like, that's rude. Like, sorry. Everything, I'm pregnant. It's the hormone. Give me a pass. No, in all seriousness, like, their content is giving me life right now. Okay. Like, in all honesty. So like, I consume it. I'm not making it. That's like the end of the story. Like, totally understand that world and those people and like get it. Don't really relate to it, but like I will relate to it. Like I do right now, like people that make pregnancy content, like I relate because I am pregnant. I'm just like them. But like, yeah, making like me doing the posting of it, I just can't. That's not for me. But the videos of like every week I can search where other people are at, their symptoms, things that are weird or whatever. Like you can always look it up and someone made a video about it. So I appreciate the mommy bloggers and the people making content. You're probably wondering a lot of things. You're probably like, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Like, how's your life? Like, what the fuck? Was this planned? What's the gender? Do you have a name? This is so on brand of me, by the way, to do this type of thing. Like, going about it this way is so me. And that's why I feel good about this, because I'm like, this is the way like, it's the way I work, okay? This feels safe. This podcast feels safe, even though I have no idea who the fuck's listening. I cannot see that, which is so weird. It like doesn't make sense that I think it feels safe, yet strangers listen and I have no idea who you are. Unless you like tell me and DM me, which please, like, sure. I love telling people I'm pregnant. Okay, this is the thing now. Like, okay, once I was like in the clear and everything's good, I just love, like, I told my spin class instructor today, and I was like, by the way, it's my 100th ride, and it's my future, not saying the gender, their 10th ride. I've been riding for 2 this whole time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just, spinning along with a future spin class super studette. So that was cool. I just like telling people, I can't help myself. It's so exciting. And I love when people are like, how are you feeling? You look so great. Like, I just love the attention. Like, one thing I realized is, like, I know why women have 10 kids. It's because they love the attention of being pregnant. And the vibe is so different than, like, getting married and planning a wedding. It's so, like, because that's, like, stressful. And it's like, oh my God, we got to get a venue, and we got to get the flowers, and we got to get the dress. And it's like, everything's like crazy expensive. And then you're pregnant, and everyone's just like bliss and happiness and like they're just so, like, the word is joy and bliss. Like, every day you're just so giddy. People around you are giddy. They really check in on you. Like, that's a thing too. Like, people are really, like, concerned for my well-being and, like, how am I feeling, and, like, which I don't mind. I think at first when I was sick, I was like, I don't want to be contacted. And, like, people didn't know. So that was also a weird thing. It's almost like I wanted to tell people, or that would have been nice for my mom to know, like, when I was super early, when I was sick, because it's like, hey, like, when you're feeling shit, it's like, you just feel like shit. You just want your mom, you just want your mommy. Sometimes new moms need their mommies. Like, it's true. Like, you always need your mom. So it would have been nice, but, like, it was all good. But yeah, how am I feeling? I feel better than ever. You guys, I feel so fit, so healthy, so energized. Like, I'm sleeping amazing. The only thing that's, like, the issue right now is my hunger levels. Like, I just have to eat more than I used to, more frequently. Like, I cannot skip meals. If I skip it, like, when I was at this boat show, I didn't talk about it because I wasn't going to share this until the end. When I was at this boat show the other weekend, there's a point where if I feel hungry, even like 2% hungry, I have 5 minutes, or else my stomach will literally eat itself. And and I get, like, hangry. Okay. So we were with Corey. I was with Corey and his work buddy, who, like, knows all about boats and fishing. And it was, like, really cool. He was, like, giving us a tour, and it was really fun. And we saw the seals, and it was so cute. Okay. But there's a point where I got hungry, and we're in this hot parking lot where there's food trucks and tents with it was like a fair setup. Okay. And Corey's like, oh, let's just run and let's get something. Right. And there's, like, lines of people by these food trucks. And I'm like, everything's fried. The pavement's hot. I'm hot. I'm looking at, like, disgusting fried, like, chicken and oh, there's a barbecue truck, and then burgers, and it was like gyros, and it's just, I'm looking at people eating it, and I'm getting, like, nauseous just from this, and I'm like, this does not feel like, nothing about this is feeling right. I'm so hungry right now. I'm getting grossed out to the point where I feel like I'm gonna puke. Like, I need to leave. Like, this is not the vibe. Like I'm so sensitive to, like, what the food vibe is. Like, if it doesn't hit for me as a pregnant lady, like, I'm not eating it. Like, we're not just going to get a hot dog because it's right here and it's quick. No. So I was like, okay, we're going to go over to this fish market, stand in a 200 person line, because it's a really popular fish market, and air conditioned, which was nice. I did enjoy that. So I was willing to stand in a longer line and wait longer for food, even though I was so hungry. And then I got a fried fish sandwich. Yeah, the hunger is a thing. So, like, what are the symptoms? Like, okay, I was really sick at first. Hunger is a new thing. I, like, don't have a bump. Like, I was bloated at first, and now I just, like, don't have it's like I have abs, for actually abs. The baby is healthy. You guys are probably wondering, like, I said the gender. Oops, we have to, like, delete that part. Baby is healthy. It's very exciting. Again, I'll tease this. We'll get to the gender on episode. What episode will I do a gender reveal for you guys on this series? I'll do the gender reveal, like, maybe as, like, the 4th episode. Because here's the thing. I bet by, like, because I'll keep talking about it. I'm not going to do, so we're going to do this segment like I Am with Child segment, Secret Series episode 2, episode 3, episode 4. It'll be a segment. I'll also cover other stuff, like just normal podcast stuff. But this will exist as a series, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of like probably annoying. You'll have to skip to this part if you're just curious about this pregnancy journey. But I'll do like, I don't know how many episodes until we like actually, dude, I'm like, we're going to do a photo shoot and like, we're going to have like do the cute bump pictures and all that fun stuff. But I'm like, something about Instagram, I feel so like, y'all, it's like when we got engaged, we did the engagement photos, and we got married, we do the marriage photos. And then like the next photo is like, hey, I'm pregnant, you know, it's like you do that. And it's like, we haven't done that yet. I just feel like it's too early. I kind of am over it. I'm like, let's just drop that we had a kid. Like, let's not even show anything else, but only show like a foot. Like, I'm not showing that face. Like, we're not showing the face. We're not going to be like, here's our trophy, or like a fish. Like, we're not those people. So I don't know what's going to happen, but like, that was my intention. Like, do this secret series until we do the public Instagram drop, which I kind of think it's so me. Like, it's so me. I'm really girly over on Instagram. Like, I don't feel like, I feel like the way I've handled this segment and this jumping off a cliff and telling you that I'm pregnant segment is like so tomboy, like so like I'm not very girly pop, like girly feminine. Oh my God. I'm not like, I feel like I should be wearing like a cute dress and like I should be like sweetie pie. Like, I'm just like so like in bliss and like I should be sweeter. Like, I don't know. I'm more like, I feel like a tomboy right now. I think it's how I like manage. It's just how I talk about. I don't know. It's just who I am. Like, guys, when we're hanging out on this podcast, it's just you and me. Like, this is what you're getting. Like that real friend. Like, this is how I would talk to my best friends. I do talk to my best friends like this. But yeah, the version of me on other platforms is a little more polished. Okay, a little more feminine and girly and sweetie, okay? But hey, I'm in a Bulls t-shirt with sunglasses on my podcast telling you I'm knocked up. It was planned, okay? If you're like, was it planned? We planned it. It was, okay, like, what else can I tell you? I'm trying to be like somewhat, I don't want to like overshare every single detail, but yeah, it was planned. I feel very blessed that we were able to get pregnant as easily as we did. I know that like I see videos and women my age are like, yeah, I've been trying with my husband for 5 years. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. Like I see a lot of that kind of stuff. I'm like, damn, like, I just feel like it's such a miracle and such a blessing. And yeah. I also like another symptom. I cry at everything. Cried everything. My mom came, so she was here last week because she's visiting she's obviously like, grandma's in town, or future grandma's in town, right? She like brings my baby book and I lost it. I couldn't read, like I would read a 2 words and I would lose it because she was journaling about me and like the appointments and like how she was feeling before I was even born. I was just imagining my mom and like in the same phase of life that I'm in now. And I'm like, whoa, like it just was so heavy and like emotional and like full circle. And yeah, so I cry a lot. I'm trying to think of a couple other things. Like I'm starting to feel that hunger now, which means we need to end the episode. Oh, I had to take my belly button ring out. I'm like oiling my belly. Like I'm doing all this stuff. Taking the supplements. I'm eating like so many eggs for choline, getting my folate in. I would say for 5 weeks straight, I was sick as a dog. Like actually 5 weeks straight. I would track, like I would write down like the days where I was like literally bedridden. I would wake up, and this would happen multiple days in a row. So I would wake up and I'd be like 2 feet out of bed and I'd be like, I got to go back to bed. I'm not going to the gym. And then I would sleep till 9 to 10. At 10, I'd like wander into the kitchen and like get an orange and just like eat a little orange or a cracker or something. And like, obviously I'm drinking water, I'm hydrating. I always have that next to my bed. And then I'd go back to bed and I just lay in bed and then I would maybe just doom scroll because I'm like, I just slept until 10. Can't really, it was the type of, okay. I feel like I could share this on next week's episode about my first trimester symptoms. Like the next episode could just be first trimester. It was so crazy because my body felt like it was moving through mud. Like I could do a task. Sure. I could work on my podcast. Sure. I could like do a couple things, but I would do like one task for it. And then I would need a 3-hour nap or like literally, or I would like, okay, I can do laundry. I would put a load of laundry and I would fold some clothes. And then I need to go sit down immediately after. And like, as I'm physically like moving laundry or like doing dishes or even just like cooking myself something, or I wasn't even like the dogs going to the park just like wasn't happening with me. Corey would have to take care of that. Like I couldn't, that was just way too much energy expenditure. But like, just like the feeling of moving things around, just like walking, felt like I was in slow motion. So technically I could do it. So I would have like, okay, on my house cleaning Saturday, whatever. On my weekend clean day, I would, oh, by the way, Corey did everything. Oh my God. Yeah. How is he handling it? You guys don't fuck around with who you marry and have a kid with. Like, it's disgusting how perfect he is. But like, speaking of cleaning, like he would just do everything. Like I would never touch a dish, never touch a laundry. I would never touch it. He would just clean and just take care of it and get groceries. And like, that's why I was doing the grocery ordering. So I was talking a lot about in the recent episodes, like why am I getting so much DoorDash and groceries? Yeah. Cause we're just like kind of house bound with me. The thought of like going out to a restaurant, going to dinner just wasn't happening. There was a couple things I went to that I was pregnant at and no one knew. That was kind of wild, but I was also sick. But yeah, I would be so slow motion, feeling like I'm going through mud. This sickness, by the way, it wasn't like I was just nonstop nauseous puking. I didn't have that like pukey nausea. I did, but honest to God, it was like a flu, but it never ended for 5 weeks. And I would have like maybe 2 to 3 good days a week, maybe 3 days a week where I was like, okay, I can get to the gym. I can have a normal routine. I can maybe record a podcast, whatever. You guys, women who work during the first trimester, now everyone's different. People have a different capacity for what they can handle, but like, there should be first trimester leave, like maternity leave. I have so much more respect now. I just see, like, I'm already starting to see the world differently. I'm seeing women differently, like differently, like we're fucking superheroes. It's crazy. But yeah, I would like have my good days back to that. And then I think what's been consistent is when 5 p.m. hits, I'm just so tired. I'm just like, I'm done for the day. So yeah, that's the news. Okay. That's what you just learned on the show today. I am hungry, which means I need to eat now. That's been a crazy thing, by the way. So like anytime I leave the house, I feel so great. Like the thing is like, I don't feel sick anymore. I feel so great, so energized, so happy. I'm like bouncing off the walls, like do my workouts. I'll do like a spin class, then I'll go lift. I'll like go crazy in the gym still. I'm like, so finally, like I'm back, right? The only thing is the food. So like anytime I leave the house, I have a lunchbox now and I like have mandatory high protein, like things that will sustain me snacks. Because it's crazy how fast my tank empties. Like I'll feel that hunger come back. I mean, sometimes it's like every I'd say it's every 2 hours. So I'm just eating more often and it like hits me like a bus and I wake up. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Okay, like week 14, actually this happened last week, week 13. I think the baby's the size of an orange this week, which is cool. It's pretty big. Yeah, last week I would like consistently wake up every single day at 4:50. And I would feel, I'm like, I know I'm hungry. Like, I know I'm hungry. I just don't want to get out of bed right now. But it would be like, oh no, by 4:55, 5 a.m. It's like, get to the kitchen now. And I would have to eat, like, I always am, I'm having like high protein yogurt or like rice cakes with, like almond butter or like fruit. Like I'll have a banana and yogurt. Like I'll just eat like a simple little breakfast thing to like, and then I'll go back to bed. So that's been crazy. Like, and then Corey's like, what are you milking? Because he knows how dramatic I am. And like, what are you actually, like, he doesn't know. We joke around like the difference between, does my back really hurt? Do I really have that back pain because I'm pregnant? Or like, am I just unwilling to get off the couch right now? Because I'm being lazy and I don't want to get up. So that's been kind of fun. Like milking it and getting away with being a lazy piece of shit. So, but man, when I was going through the first trimester, I was out loud saying like, this is the hardest thing I have ever gone through in my life. Straight up. Like it was terrible. And I understand what women say. They're like, oh wait, because how could you do that again? Right? Like how could you have multiple kids? And because of how sick you were, right? Like how could you want to do that again? And I think it's happening to me right now. You get like amnesia. I'm retelling the story. I'm telling you how I felt the first trimester. I'm recalling it now, but like lately I'm like, I feel amazing. Pregnancy is amazing. Like I feel great. So I get it. Like you kind of forget and then you're just like, it's only, how many weeks is the first trimester? Like it's only 13 weeks. It's so hard. And not everyone gets sick. Not everyone. And like I was cocky. I was like, oh, I'm so fit. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. Like I'm going to sail through this first trimester. I'm not going to be hit with it. The nausea's not going to hit me. It's not going to happen. And then boom, week 6 hit me like a bus. Who do I predict's pregnant right now? Like what celebrities? I think Alex Cooper's pregnant. No. The craziest thing is like the video that I related to the most, she posted like the thing I was like, wait, I like her again. Like, wait, I wasn't listening to Call Her Daddy. I maybe listen to like maybe one a year if it's someone I'm curious about. But she posted a video titled like, I'm not ready to be a mom. And she posted this, I think last year or maybe the year before, I'm not sure. And at the time, like her experience, again, I relate to her a lot. What she was describing, I was like, it resonated so much with me. It was like the inner conflict of like wanting kids, but not being ready at that day, at that time, like now. And like the whole thing is you're never ready and like you'll never be ready. But I'm such a control freak where I always wanted to be like, when I have kids, like feeling like this visceral, like I want it now thing. And that happened. So I feel grateful. Like it all turned around. But that at the time, I just remember being like, damn, this is the kind of content I want to see from her. Like this is some real shit. But yeah, I think maybe Hailey Bieber and Justin will have another baby this year or get pregnant. I don't know. Maybe Taylor Swift after the wedding. There's a few pregnancies right now, celebrity pregnant, but like no one I like heavily fuck. Oh, I think Olivia Culpo's pregnant, the baby number 2 with Christian McCaffrey. I don't think you're supposed to speculate on women's bodies like that, but like, I think they're having a second baby. They're pregnant. So yeah, that's the news. That's what you found out. I'm going to end it here. Let's see. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm trailing off. I need to eat. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Overcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please hit that subscribe button and review the show 5 stars while you're there. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Jacqueline Monroe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is a video and audio podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And finally, if you want to support the show, patreon.com/TJMS. Patreon.com/TJMS. All right. That's it. Love you. Thanks for being here. Wait, how much weight have I gained? Are we like gonna, do I look pregnant? Wait, we didn't cover this. I'm so concerned. No, I'm kidding. Corey just texted me if I'm free. Should we call the future baby daddy or current baby dad? I mean, technically it's like he is now. You free? 23 minutes ago. This is such a long episode. Should I call him? We ended the show and then we're like still going. That's so typical.
Dearest?
1 second. Hold on. Yeah? You're on the cast.
Oh, you're on the cast. I thought you were done.
No, it was a long one, but I told them.
Good.
I told
Are
them.
you wrapping up?
I told them about us.
Oh.
Did not say the gender, so don't say the gender.
Okay.
Huh?
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up.
Love you.
I guess I'll call you after. I thought maybe like you would say something more like exciting.
No, I just need to know the parameters. What have you talked about?
What's your favorite part of your wife being pregnant so far?
The constant cravings for all these different sweets. Food. Travel. The grocery store. Protein shakes. Cookies. A little dabble of Italian.
Yep.
Sure, I'll have a burrito. Sure. Maybe 6 roll tacos. Sure.
Honey, I just said that I'm like not being a fat fuck about it. And now you're exposing me.
You're not there yet, but you have some cravings here.
Did you see my abs this morning? Crazy, right?
Ripped.
Ripped.
Oh, yeah. Ripped.
All right, I love you. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
love you. Okay, bye. So funny. Cravings. Okay. Love you. Thank you so much for tuning in and coming into my inner world of my real life that is extremely classified and top secret at this moment. So, hey, if you listen to this episode, I mean, sure, spread the good word to I don't know, like maybe tell someone, I don't fucking care. Eventually everyone's going to know, but just don't publicly say anything like on a forum of any kind. I think the thing is, this is how you know I'm not a big podcaster. like actually, wait. We got to be real for a second. The way you know I'm not popping off like that, okay, with that, like, with those crazy download numbers is because this would immediately be on Reddit. So-and-so's pregnant. Oh my God, she put it on her podcast. Like, I feel like maybe a big, like if Alex Cooper did that, that'd be like news. Like, you know what I mean? But fuck it. This is where I wanted to do it. And this one ended up on Reddit. If this ends up on Reddit, like, you guys, do we need to make a Reddit for the show? That's all right. We need to end the episode. I need to eat. Love you. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you. I'm in such a good mood. I feel so good. Like, I'm like, why don't I podcast tomorrow and the next day and the next day? Like, literally just make this a week, like a daily thing again. Love you. Talk to you next week. Bye.